Okay, I think we should be live. Oh. I think this is like my third time using Google Hangouts for the live stream, and I recently found out that I can just use my video program that I would use to encode when I would live stream. I can just set that as my web camera, so I could technically make it like my streams used to be with the camera and the green screen and everything, and it might work a little bit better, but I'll save that for another time. I was like about to burp that entire time I was talking. Now I gotta get to the where's the live stream page? Where did it go? Okay, cool. So, Amazing Lover 96. Damn, that's a good name. Hi, Markbot. Hi, Swamp Dollar. I haven't seen you guys in a while. How have you been? Oh, also, if any other narrators want to hop on the stream with me and maybe do some readings, I was going to open that up on Twitter so that anybody can join if they would like to. The agenda for tonight is I'm probably going to be streaming for about 3 hours. We're going to be doing some live narrations, maybe a little bit of music possibly, probably not till later in the end. There's this video game I was going to play with you guys. It's a horror game. Can't remember what it's called. It's one of those weird indie games. So that'll be fun. Probably do that in like 2 hours. But yeah, so just hang out. You're in my audio drama. Oh, the one with Elias Swithero and Men in Lysette. MZ Cat Mac. Oh man, there's new people here that I've never seen on my streams before. Hi guys. Okay, man. Yeah, if you really want to, that's totally cool. As long as you're not just like gonna come on here and start fucking jerking off or something, you know. But yeah, if you really want to. Fear Crawler, yeah, boy. Fear Crawler, you want to join my stream, bro? You want to get redacted? Oh wait, hold on. My sound effects are all set up. I can do it. I can do it for you, just for you, old Fear Crawler. One sec. I kind of lied when I said it was set up. I have to plug it in now. Oh, God damn it. Why do I always use the front USB ports first? Then there's no room. I gotta crawl to the back of my computer. Where the fuck are the USB ports? There we go. Oh, shit. Oh, my headset broke, guys, which really sucks because now I can't wear headphones when I do shit. I have to use the speakers that are built into my TV. And yes, I'm using a TV as my computer monitor. Okay. So how are you guys doing tonight? I'm getting the poll set up so we can do some voting on what types of stories you guys would like to hear. So yeah, oh my god. So my computer's having this weird issue lately where just some programs just won't start. There's like, when I go to do it, it gives me some sort of exe error. Let's see what you guys are saying. Fears here. My first time here? Maybe. Maybe. Aw, okay. Dude, let me on. Okay, yeah, well, you could come on if you want to. Last time I was a little bit hesitant about you coming on because the first time you ever came on my stream, it sounded like you were talking through like a 1940s ham radio while being like chewed up by a wood chipper. So, thanks, Swamp. Yeah, I do eat pants. Oh, thanks, MZ Cat Mac face. I'm gonna have to just start sending it. Originally, when I started my channel, I thought it would be fun to, every time I reach a milestone, do something like Oh, all right, cool. See you, Swamp Dweller. It was nice chatting with you. We should work on something together, or stream together sometime like we used to. That was fun. Back in the good old days, before everyone got famous but me. But no, I'm just joking, man. Congrats on getting like, what do you got, like 15K now? That's pretty sick, Holmes. Thank you, Markbot. I do very much take pride in my channel. I always try to figure out how I can increase the quality of what I'm doing. That's good and bad. That's why sometimes like you guys will see me talk about ideas or things I want to do, and either they don't come to fruition or they're not exactly like I planned. And that's just because I constantly want to improve my channel. And I'm better at coming up with ideas than I am at executing them. The one I'm really trying to stick with is the Writers of Horror series, which did get delayed, but that's only because the episode's going to be like 2.5 hours long. And so, yeah, so that one is happening, but congrats, man. Well, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You agreed to be in the auditor. Oh, yes. Sorry. There was another one I wasn't sure which one you were referring to. Hotbot. Ooh. Ooh, I've been on the fence, guys, about renaming my channel to the Dank Somnium or the Drunk Somnium, where each one of my videos, I'm just plastered. And speaking of which, I found the footage from that live stream that I did where I was super drunk and I don't remember it. And I went through it, edited it down to basically only the parts I thought were funny. And it's uploading right now. It's about an hour or so of just scenes, random clips from that long-ass live stream where I was just smashed-ass drunk. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that. That should be done uploading in like 40 minutes because my internet is dick. I'm surprised I can actually stream while that's uploading. Oh, 44 minutes. Nice. All right, man. I will, Swamp Dweller. Yeah, for sure. I have to just get Discord up and running again, and then I'll send out a link, and really anybody can join. The only thing I will say is throughout the stream, if anybody's causing lots of noise, I'll just have to mute them. But real quick, I need to... The Drunk Somnium. And then the Dank Somnium, where I just make meme videos. I thought of this meme that would be really cool. No one's done it yet. And if you guys steal it, I will find out where you live. I'm a fucking mailman. I know people's addresses. So, yeah. But my idea was, you know, like that whole stupid dabbing thing, right? And then also, you know, that episode of SpongeBob where they're like, can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Be like, take that and this be like, can you feel it, Mr. Dabs? And then just like have like a really loud, like John Cena type-esque explosion of sound. And then, yeah, I'm gonna patent that. That's in the pipeline of patents. I get muted all the time. Okay, so it's going to take me a few minutes to get the poll set up. So why don't you guys just let me know right now, what type of story would you like to hear? Ooh, Vidith, man, how are you? I've not talked to you in a while. Man, the YouTube community, it kind of feels like school all over again. When like at one point in time you have like a bunch of people you talk to. 3 months later, it's like, oh, you don't talk to those people anymore. You talk to these people now. Just it's weird. Stream crawler. Ooh. I am a mailman. Oh yeah. I was gonna vlog this later, but I'll kind of just vent to you guys while I'm getting the story ready. So yesterday at work. Now I'm new, and yesterday at work, they gave me 2 routes, right? One of them was supposed to take 4.5 hours. The other one was supposed to take 3. So that should have put me at 7.5 hours for the day, right? But what they didn't really think about is the fact that I'm fucking bad at this because I'm new and I just moved to Washington. I don't know the streets here. I don't know the layout. I don't know jack dick about any of this, and my phone doesn't work, right? So they're like, hey, yeah, so like, hey, yeah, go out to 55th Ass and Fife Street and deliver this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, where's Fife Street? What the fuck? And so that didn't go well. And at the end of the day, I had only delivered about 30% of the entire route because I kept getting lost and going the wrong ways and stuff. And when I got back, I was talking to one of the supervisors, and, you know, I take my work very seriously when I do it. I always like to let management know if there's anything I can do better that I feel like I should be like if they or not that, to ask them if there's anything they think I should be doing better, stuff like that, because I do really take pride in any job I have. And so I went and talked to one of my supervisors. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I know that today kind of sucked, but I am really trying hard and I want to get better at this. If there's anything you can suggest, then just let me know and I'll work on that. And he said, oh, it fucking still makes me cringe or whatever, but he said, I don't know what your deal is, man. And I don't know what exactly he meant by that, but I had to resist the urge to fucking go like John Cena and make him a very unsatisfying breakfast. Just I don't know. I wanted to rip off my shirt and just fuck. I don't even. Oh God, the way he said it too is like he's just like I don't know what your deal is, man. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Anyway, all right. Yeah, well, I already got bit like my second weekend. Well, no, last week, first weekend, I got bit by a pit bull. And that sucked. I had to go to the hospital and stuff, but it's all good. I'm also currently uploading another video for you guys. This one is a bit of a compilation one, and this one is all of the stories that I've narrated by Decomposed. This one is slightly different than my Writers of Horror series, because the Writers of Horror series are new stories that I haven't done with actual commentary from the authors themselves. This one is just a compilation of all of the stories that I've done by Decomposed, because I think at this point I have done all of his stories. And then in between each story, I talk a little bit about it and why I chose that story and whatnot. So that's uploading right now, and I think that's 3 hours and 40 minutes worth of stories. So that's going to take a while to upload. Yeah, man. Yeah, I work for the U.S. Post Office. I'm a federal employee, bitch. Yeah. If I take any of the mail home, I could go to jail for 20 years, which I did yesterday by accident. And I probably shouldn't have said that on the stream. Wait, you don't hear anything? Send me the Hangout links I can hop on. Okay. Oh, that's right. I don't have to fucking use Discord. I'm on Hangouts. God damn it, I'm stupid. All right. Hangout links. You guys can join if you want. Just please make sure you don't have a lot of background noise. That's my only request. Otherwise, I will mute you or have sex with your mother. Either, whichever is more convenient. And if any other people want to join, even if you're not a narrator, you can. If you want to just hop on and say hi and talk to us, that's fine. I do, just so I said. Oh, sorry, I got a message. Just, yeah, no background noise. That shit is my pet peeve. Okay, so that's the link for the, that's the, what the fuck? No, that's the link for my YouTube page. The piss is this? Oh, okay. There, bam. Nah, I ain't sending shit on Twitter. I ain't got time for that. Motherfuckers. I'm doing something. Why does everybody message me a million times when I'm doing something? No one wants to talk to me when I'm not doing anything, but then when I start doing something, people want to talk to me. I'm not doing anything, but then when I start doing something, who's that?
It's me.
Oh, hey, man.
Let me just cut off the camera. I don't want you to see what's in here. It's me.
All right, so I'm gonna need the people watching to just let me know if there's any background noise from any in particular person, and I will do my best to send them anthrax in the mail because I work at the post office. Okay. I should have set up my green screen. I'll probably do that in a little bit. Get that green screen action going for you guys. I don't know if any of you were here during the great green screen disaster of 2016, but essentially my green screen exploded on me and everything started falling over. I tripped inside the green screen and I broke something, but I can't remember what it was.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're
a little
trying.
muffled. Yeah, you're a little muffled. I really wish I had my headphones. I have to just listen to this out of the TV because my headphones broke. So
Okay.
I swear to fuck, if I have to say that I'm a mailman one more time, I'm a mailman, little wicked, for the United States Postal Service. I get to go around making sexy jokes like, I have this large package for you. Please have sex with me. That's part of the pun. I'm just not very good at puns. Yes,
Bull.
Hey, okay, so there's Swamp Dweller, there's Fear Crawler, there's Welsh, and there's Amazing Lover. Hey guys, although Swamp Dweller muted himself. I guess I'll get on the web cameras too. Assuming that that doesn't break my stream.
That's totally
I'm like,
good
so,
stream.
Larg packets. Daniel Martin, you said larg packets, but I like it. Okay, so does anybody have a specific story they'd like me to start with? Any maybe I like a classic creepypasta, no sleep story. I'm open to real stories. I can read you some recipes if you want. Apparently that was real big on the stream, I guess. There was a whole like hour of me just reading reviews about blenders or something.
I'm down for blenders, bro.
Down for blenders. Did you see that stream, Swamp? I was so fucking drunk.
Nah, dude.
Oh man, yeah.
I don't see anything ever, to be honest.
Wait, you don't what?
I don't see anything from anybody else ever. I'm just gonna be honest.
No, that's not a problem. In fact, that's something that I've kind of been embarrassed to admit, but the day I started the day I started doing my own videos on YouTube was also the day I basically stopped watching anybody else's. I don't know why, especially Mr. Creepypastas. I have not watched, no, I've watched like 2 of his videos since I started, but I don't know why. It's just...
I don't got time for that shit, man. You gotta work on your own stuff. I don't got time to watch everybody else's narrations when I do narrations for 8 hours a day as it is.
Nice.
8 hours a day?
But I was just saying, congrats, man. Keep up
Thanks,
the good
man.
work, you know.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Yeah, just so you guys know, Swamp Dweller, when me and him met a few months ago, he was at 5K, but he's like worked his ass off to get to where he's at now. Like I don't know how the hell he records so much. Like I for a while I thought I recorded a lot because I'd like post a video a day, but he posts like a video a day and they're like 40 minutes long. So yeah, you guys should definitely check out his channel if you haven't already. He puts much more work into his channel than I do into mine.
Nah, man, it's just the grind, dude. It's just the grind. But like I said, congrats, dude. We'll have to get something going again soon.
Cool, for sure. Just like the good old days. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, but everybody have a good night. For sure, man.
All right.
Boy left.
What was that?
Boy left.
Yeah, he did.
He's totally not going to collab with you.
You said the Scroll People was the name of the story. Is that right? Looking it up, but I'm not finding anything. Could you possibly send me a link?
Sell your soul on eBay to find it.
What was that?
Sell your soul on eBay to find it.
Ah, yes, on eBay, of course. The one place no one would suspect.
Maybe Craigslist. You might also make a dangerous friend.
When I first got here, I was like, hey, maybe I'll go on the classified ads and try to make friends there because I'm really awkward and don't know how to make friends. Oh, well, thanks, Daniel. Still, that's cool. I'm happy you subbed. You have to give me a choice, please. Okay. I don't watch. I wanted to be on Margbot's stream, but she won't let me. Probably because she knows that I would just like. I don't know. I don't know what I do. I'd actually probably do nothing.
Rate everyone.
What'd I say? What about him, Nick? The fuck
Ear
you
rate
say?
everyone.
Oh yeah. Oh well. Yeah. No. Duh. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this because this was the first story I was able to find. Just know this isn't me saying that I hate all of you, but I'm gonna mute you guys real quick while I read this. Then I'll unmute you when I'm done.
Okay.
All right,
Also me.
Okay. Yes, now it's just me and you guys. You and my voice and me. I'm in the corner. My voice is outside of the window, and you're in my sink. Anyway, this story is called Death Gave Me a Choice. I believe I have my MIDI all set up and working, so that should provide an extra layer of pizzazz. Let's try it out. Oh, I have to go into performance mode. Okay, cool. So there should be some sound effects going in the background. This specific track is one I made for the story Fleshgate that I narrated, and it's called Remember Me. It's a dark ambient song, but yeah, let me know if it's too loud or anything like that, and I'll turn it down. Death came to me that night as I sat numbly in a puddle of my own desperate blood and tears. And when I saw him, the tall entity clothed in a robe so black it reached past the depths of darkness, I felt inside my heart. I'd been upset. Not about one thing in particular, but multiple things. I'd made so many mistakes. Not trying to put myself back together had become harder than reassembling a broken eggshell. A year earlier, I'd lost the most important person in my life. The only girl I ever truly loved, Penny. I could only blame myself. And I spent the past year blaming myself for betraying her trust. She'd found a new guy, a better guy than I am. One that brought her flowers, one that took her out on fancy dates, was loyal to her. And all that reminded me of how many chances I used to have to do all those things for her. 6 months earlier, the guilt and pain got to me, tore at my soul. Into the numb pain, I took sleeping pills with alcohol every night, dreading the moment I'd wake up to another sunny, lonely day. 4 months earlier, I lost my job and my scholarship because the depression and substance abuse kept me rooted to the spot. I didn't want to face the world where I'd have to watch everyone else swim as I was slowly sinking. 3 months earlier, I lost my friends and family as well. I'd become distant and emotionless. I turned down invites, didn't show up for the holiday get-togethers, blew up on everyone who told me I needed help. I was in chaos, and I could only blame myself. 1 month earlier, I bought the small rectangular case of razors, adding self-abuse to substance abuse. I'd feel the smallest release when I felt the sharp sting and saw the deep red flow from my wrist. And that night, I called my ex-girlfriend, slightly tipsy, but truthful all the same. I told her I loved her. I begged her for another chance. I cried harder than I'd cried in months, just at the sound of hearing her voice. She told me only one thing. I don't love you anymore, Calvin, and I never will. I didn't hesitate. I swallowed the rest of the sleeping pills, gulped down the remaining vodka straight from the bottle, and I used the razors to cut deeper than I'd cut before. So here I sat, hopeless and alone. But I wasn't alone. I'd looked down at my bloody wrists for mere seconds, When I looked back up, there he was. A normal person who would have been hysterical and afraid. A normal person would have been hysterical and afraid, but I wasn't anymore. I wasn't surprised he was there. No, I welcomed it. Calvin. He spoke in the most baritone voice I'd ever heard, lower than the voiceovers on every movie preview. He said that one word with a disapproving sigh. The way he said it made me feel like a kid again, as if I had done something and lied about it, but I wasn't lying now. The proof was the mess that I had made. I sobbed shakily. "I'm sorry," I said, for whatever reason. I felt like I had to apologize, and so I did. "You've spent a long time being sorry, Calvin, but not once did you say sorry to yourself." A crease formed between my eyebrows as I mulled over what he'd just said. It came to me slowly. He wanted me to see that my only enemy was myself. "Do you give all the souls you come across helpful advice? I thought you were deaf, not a psychologist." I raised an eyebrow at him, still unnerved by the fact that I was looking into an endless black hole where his face should have been. He forced a deep, short laugh. "No, mostly just the ones like you, that take it into their own hands to decide fate. It's not up to you, Calvin." "So you give advice to your suicide victims. What does that mean?" He sighed again, as if he'd explained this thousands of times before. I'm sure he had. "It means you don't get to decide this. It means I'm giving you another perspective." I stood up, curiosity hanging over every word. "What perspective would that be?" "The only way I see things is that I'm a horrible, crap excuse for a human being. So why be afraid of dying when I'm more afraid to live? I had to do this. I needed to do this. And I'm showing you, Calvin, what living can do for you." A hint of persuasion sounded in his voice. "Tell me, Death, what do you live for?" The question came out harshly, but he didn't flinch. "Listen closely. What if I told you that you'd make it through this depression, not fully healed, but controlled by medication and therapy? What if I told you that because you'll overcome this depression, you'll get another job, and that job will pay for the education you dissed? When you're done with that education, you'll be admired, and they'll see the greatness in you that you knew you had. They'll all be proud of the change. You won't be able to look at a bottle of vodka without being sick. And what if I told you that your career will pay for the expensive ring you'll use to propose to your one and only, and you'll be able to give her all the flowers and dates and loyalty you failed to give before? Most importantly, what if I told you that you'd be able to give her a dream wedding as well, and give her 2 beautiful children, a girl and a boy? What if I told you you'd be missing out on life by choosing to give up?" Tears rimmed my eyes. "I can be happy again?" I asked hopefully, afraid of what the answer might be. But his answer was the biggest relief I'd ever felt. "Yes, you can be happy again." I wiped my wet cheeks and cracked a trembling smile. "I'd say I'd want to live again." "Then I am no longer needed here." The finality in his voice diminished the tension I had felt before. As I grinned wider, I let out a half cry, half chuckle. Thank you so much." "Now go to the hospital. Get your stomach pumped. Seal up the wounds. Good night." And in a flash, the black void vanished. The black void in him vanished. Sorry. need to pause it real quick. I need to take a drink. My mouth just got insanely dry, and I need to close my window because people decided to come up right to my window and fucking see who could sound the most like a hyena while laughing or some shit. 1 second. Okay. Let's see here. Where's that music? Oh, my phone's playing music. I didn't even notice. He's lying, Calvin. Get out while you can. Why? Aw, thank you. Yeah, sorry I had to stop in the middle of it. I haven't read like live streams in a while, so my voice dried out really fast for some reason. Okay, and I also made another preset for my vocal filters. I thought it would actually be pretty good, at least for this. So, because with Death having a deeper voice, I threw this in real quick. So what this should do is change my voice, just lower it and whatnot. And I'll use that next time Death is there. Okay, let me just make sure this works real quick, and we'll start again. Oh, yeah, sorry. I stopped just because I had to get a drink of water and close my window. All right, so let me make sure this filter works, and then I'll start again. Testing, testing. Ooh, yeah, my voice should be all deep. Blue. Oh, it's not? Well, that's depressing. I wonder why. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, is my voice any deeper now? Oh, really? All right, cool. No worries then. I don't want to like spend a bunch of time on that. I just thought it'd be cool to throw that in there, but if it's not working, then no big deal. The fuck was that? That was a weird siren. All right, cool. Wait, well, actually, real quick, let me test because I need to make sure the other filters are at least working. Okay, which one is this one? This should be my radio voice. Does it sound like it's coming through like a telephone or radio? And this is my robot voice. No? What the fuck? Why? Oh, wait. Is this even using the right microphone? Oh, that's what, yeah. It's not even using the right microphone. That sucks. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Now it should be coming through the right channel. This is the filtered channel where it goes some of the noise, cleans it up a little bit. So yeah, now let's see if it works. Okay, this should be the radio one. So it sounds like I'm coming through a telephone or radio or something.
This should be my creepy demon voice or robot demon voice, where I use this one and say redacted and fear caller comes in his pants, and then this should be the one I just made that just makes my voice a bit deeper. But I'm gonna change that. It should be like right there. Yeah, right there. Okay, cool. Okay, thanks. That kind of worried me for a minute, but at least we know I was using the wrong mic. The other one sounded cleaner. Okay. Yeah, maybe if you have fucking cracks for ears, what? How did the other one say? This one is literally taking out the background noise. Yeah, it was too deep. Oh, it's still on.
Too deep? Yeah, it's quite. All right, we'll just do 8.85. So I'm still intelligible, but okay. Downs. Oh shit, I forgot. Okay, so sorry to interrupt the story, but I'm glad we got that fixed. That's what she said. What? That's what, who said? Me? I'm not a she. Did you just assume my gender? Anyway, so we're going to get back into this story, and I think this is kind of a fitting story to use my newest song that I've been working on. So I'm going to add that in the background as some ambient, as like the background ambience. This is the song that I was working on that I made for my most recent narration, Portraits. So if you guys like that song, it's not fully done yet, but this is what I have so far. So. I am a toaster. Okay. So I'm going to go back and read the last paragraph. So since we're getting back into the story, but. Now go to the hospital, get your stomach pumped, and seal up your wounds. Goodbye. And in a flash, the black void that was him vanished. For days afterward, I couldn't get rid of that smile. The nurses and doctors that helped me were puzzled by it. A man being treated for a suicide attempt, is this happy? I knew to them there was nothing right about it, but I hadn't felt for... One sec. For some reason, this is started getting to be phrased really weirdly. I don't know if the person forgot what English was while they were writing this, but it says, but I haven't felt for right in my whole life. All right. Okay. Because of my obvious mental health issues, I stayed in the mental ward for a month after I healed physically. Just like Death said, I still had the memories of my depression, but it was nothing the therapy and medication couldn't fix. After I was released, I found a job at a call center that paid slightly more than minimum wage. It wasn't the best of jobs, but I was surely glad to have it. I saved money for a few months and started going to school again in the fall. I was working on a business degree. My friends and family were there to watch me graduate, and I'd never felt more thankful. Finally, I was making people proud again. I wasn't failing. I didn't even drink that night with the rest of my friends. I didn't want to touch another drop of alcohol. I spent that night with the people closest to me, all seated at a large table at the best restaurant in town. I'm so glad I chose to do so that night, because our waitress happened to be the girl I missed so badly and still loved. She looked surprised to see me, but she also looked glad. "Calvin," she said, staring at me as if it was her long-lost twin. I wanted to smile too, but I noticed the faint purple under her right eye. It wasn't completely hidden by her beige foundation. She knew I noticed, and before I could say anything, she began taking our orders. Concerned, I told my family and friends as they were leaving that I was going to stay and speak to her. They understood, and after more congratulations, departed. I waited another hour in the twilight-stained parking lot, where I could breathe in the fresh spring breeze. She was the first one to come out, and she noticed me, propped next to the entrance, halting her stride. Penny's face lit up, and there were tears in her eyes. "I knew you'd wait for me, Cal. I know you're a great guy. I think I've always known you had potential, but I guess I was being my own worst enemy." Those words brought back the tiniest memory of what Death had told me months prior, that I should say sorry to myself, and that she needed to do the same. The past is the past. She looked even more grateful, and then reached to hug me. I put a hand on her cheek before she did, and gently rubbed the purple under her eye. "Did he do this to you?" I asked, concerned and pissed off. Penny didn't say a word, but her deep brown eyes said it all. He obviously was the over-accommodating boyfriend and had started asking too much of her, but I would become everything she needed and more. I pulled her into a hug and ran my fingers through her long hair. "It won't happen again. I'm here now." After that night, things were better than they'd ever been between Penny and me. She'd gotten away from her abusive boyfriend, and together we got him the jail sentence he deserved. We'd spend every moment we had to spare with each other, and it was like we'd never even parted. Even our old inside jokes remained the same. With time, I'd saved enough to buy her the most beautiful ring I could find, and I proposed to her, right in the middle of the local high school football field where we'd met so many years ago. The field, maybe not the best setting for a proposal, but it meant so much to both of us. Flowers filled our house with fragrant smells. I brought home one every day after work. I made reservations every weekend for dates, and no girl could ever mean as much to me as Penny. The wedding was the one she'd always dreamed of when we were younger. A winter wedding in the snow, everything adorned in blues and whites, and that long-sleeved dress she'd hoped for ever since she saw it in the store window. A year after the marriage, Penny came to me with the best news. She was pregnant. We'd found out it was a girl, and I was every bit the happy father when our Violet came into the world. Dark hair, just like her mother. 2 years later, we had our son, Jackson, who looked like me, with green eyes and a mop of chestnut hair. Violet was over the moon about having a younger sibling. Life was amazing. It was everything death told me it would be, and more. I chose the life the last time I saw him, and life chose me. You can imagine my shock the day I found him standing in front of my desk at work. I'd been tapping away on my computer, focused on nothing but my work, and he broke the trance. I became a statue, still as Lot's wife after she had turned to salt. After seconds of this vacant stare, I broke the stillness. Why? He sighed, much like he had that night we met. A disapproving sigh, but now with a bit of apprehension.
Something has occurred, Calvin. Something bad.
My heart beat swiftly against my ribs. I stopped breathing. What do you mean, bad? A million things raced through my head at once. My family, my friends, myself. Did something happen to them? Was something going to happen to me?
You remember Hale, don't you, Calvin?
Hale? The piece of crap I put in jail? I hated hearing his name. Yeah, I remember that bastard. What about him? Did he finally get what he had coming to him?
He got out of jail, Calvin.
The caution and pity in that one sentence couldn't have been good. I stood up from my office chair, flustered. No, there's no way. He couldn't have gotten out yet. He received 15 years. It's only been 9.
You ever heard of good behavior, Calvin?
I was enraged. How could this monster be capable of good behavior? And then I remembered that he'd fooled Penny for a year. He'd been a wolf in sheep's clothing. He was completely capable of fooling others.
I think you need to come with me, Calvin.
I didn't waste any time. I followed him, not bothering to tell anyone I was leaving work. My first priority was to make sure the people I loved were okay. But the pieces that were being put together in my mind was anything but okay. I drove 90 all the way home. Beads of sweat had formed across my forehead. My breathing was loudly audible. Death followed me into the house, and I rushed inside, but he said nothing. The living room was a mess of broken vases, the one which held all the flowers I'd given Penny, and a million little petals of leaves littered the floor. I was so immensely angry and scared at the same time. Scared mostly because the scene in front of me hinted at nothing good. I screamed in terror. Penny, Violet, Jack, what?
The master bedroom, Calvin.
Death said from somewhere in my peripheral. He pointed to the door at the end of the hall, a door that now chopped and broken, standing slightly ajar. I sprinted down the hallway and pushed past the door, not worrying about the sharp splinters that dug into my left hand. The light was off. I wished I hadn't turned it on, because when I did, I was met with sheer horror. Blood crimson painted across the white carpet and bed sheets on the walls, painted on the bodies of 3 people in my life that meant the most to me. The details are too traumatizing to repeat, but the acts that had been used on all of them was left behind, embedded into my wife's skull. I fell to my knees, racking sobs so hard that they made me puke. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't speak. I was screaming under the weight of the emotional pain. I was hurt. But you said it would be better. I turned to Death, screaming and seeing red. You said I would be happy. Why? I sobbed deeply again, unable to contain the lump in my throat.
And you were, Calvin. You were happy for several years. But with life comes chances and changes, good ones and bad ones. Everyone suffers, Calvin.
Suffer? I had nothing to live for anymore, Death. I lost every reason for living, for working, for loving. That's more than suffering. I couldn't contain the contempt in my voice, and I got dangerously close to the black hole of a face death wore, despite having to look up to see it.
You're wrong again, Calvin. I'm not only here for your family, as I do have to do my job.
He lifted his bony hands in surrender.
But I'm also here for you.
What? You already know I'm planning to kill myself once again? What, psychologist? I spat at him, hot rage drenched in every word.
Actually, yes. I knew you'd try. Get the pistol from the top shelf of your closet and blow your brains out. You'll do it in a few hours in this very room. But I have another perspective for you.
My mouth hung ajar. He knew my plans, knew where the pistol was, but I couldn't be too surprised. After a moment, I crossed my arms and glared. Oh, yay, another perspective. For me, huh? What could possibly make me choose life this time? A life that isn't worth living. For the first and last time, Death laid a hand on my shoulder. And although I couldn't see his face, I knew he was looking me right in the eyes.
You must live, Calvin. Because Hale must die. And you're the only one who will make it happen.
I thought I heard his lips part into a smile. If he had lips. Death made it clear to me once again.
What do you say, Calvin?
I smiled then, too. What must have appeared a sick, sinister grin, but a grin all the same. I'd say I want to live. Yeah, that was a pretty good story. For the first half, I thought it was like a romance story or something, and I was like, am I on the right website? I like that, though. Let's see what people are saying. Images of people showing bread in him now. Wait, shoving bread. The fuck? Images of people. Oh, a toaster. Okay. I read showing. Meant completely right. The gain is real. The gain. The fuck does that mean? Oh shit, was it too loud or something? Okay, now let's see if I can unmute these people. How do I unmute people? Okay, hey, the fuck?
By
Why won't it give me the
unmute.
Oh shit! Did you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
The fuck? Maybe the other guys muted themselves too.
Button.
Oh yeah, maybe the other guys muted themselves too. It's the option to unmute is grayed out. All right, bye, Fear Crawler. Yeah, that is a very dark story. I actually would like to re-record that and make that into a video. When I was reading it, I thought of some pretty cool music I could write for that. Cool. So let's see here. I need to get the chat tool up and running. What was Awesome Lover? Did you want to do any readings? Is that why you were why you wanted to join? Because if you did, you can read something next. If you're still here, I don't even know if he's still here. Did he ditch me on my own stream? Of all the places? Oh, that bitch.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, son.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to unmute myself.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, did you want to narrate something?
Yes, I will.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can go, and then if anybody else wants to hop on and read something, I'm totally fine with that. I'm going to post the link to the stream and the Hangouts chat. You guys can share it if you'd like to, but You don't have to. It's all good.
Okay. Well, I'm only gonna read the first chapter of this script because I don't want to spoil too much for everybody since it's.
Oh, is this the script I'm gonna be working on with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Just keep in mind that Immunity Zero is Simon, so just imagine all the dialogue in his voice.
All right. I'll go ahead and mute myself so I'm not like creating weird sounds while you're reading.
Okay. All right. Chapter 1. Well, the story is called Nightshade, so that's the title. Chapter 1. Lights out. As cliche as it sounds, it was just a normal day for me. I woke up, dragged my ass out of bed, and took a shower. After that, I got dressed and ate the same breakfast food as always, a fucking bowl of cereal. But today, I was feeling extra fancy, so I microwaved some bacon to go with it. After I ate, I grabbed my keys, got in my car, and drove to my job at the local grocery store. I walked inside and went to my assigned lane. This was my day in a nutshell. And just like my life, it was completely unfair. I missed out on so much in life. I've never left the state of Kentucky. I have no kids, no girlfriend, and no family that is even halfway decent. I'm almost completely alone in life. The only friend I have is my friend James. We have been knowing each other since sixth grade. He has been there for me through thick and thin. We have made friends throughout the years, but they all got married and had children. So James and I are the only ones still enjoying the single life. We don't see our old friends because they don't really get much time to hang out between their wives, the kids, and the jobs. There there was one thing about that night that made things different, and it was that James and I were going to have a horror movie marathon at his apartment. Hey, Paul, let me hang on one second. Let me get my coffee. Okay.
Did you say you were going to make coffee?
I said, let me get my coffee.
Oh, okay.
Okay, where was I? There was one thing that made things different, and it was that James and I were going to have a horror movie marathon at his apartment. We each chipped in on a list of horror movies that we agreed on. We ended up spending $50 on horror movies. After doing the math, we had about 12 hours worth of movies to watch. I was looking forward to it, and I was looking so forward to it that I almost forgot to clock out when I left work. When I got to his house, he greeted me at the door. What's up, bro? Do you get the stuff? He asked casually. What's this look like to you? Green eggs? I said, holding up the bags of chips and other junk food. If you keep busting my balls like that, I'll have your ass, James warned. Yeah, right, I sarcastically said as I walked past him into his apartment. What should we watch first? James asked. I say we watch The Eye, starring Jessica Alba, I suggested. I want to watch Nightmare on Elm Street, James disagreed. Dude, you know I've seen that movie 20 times. Let's flip on it, I said. Heads. I took a quarter out of my pocket and I flipped it into the air. The quarter went into the air and fell on the floor, and it landed on tails. Shit! I shouted. After sitting through 30 minutes of the movie, I began to drift off into sleep. I woke up when James turned on the lights. When James turned the lights on and the credits were rolling. Rise and shine, Simon. What time is it? I asked. It's 11:30 a.m. But look outside. I looked out of one of the windows and saw that it was still dark outside. Why is it so dark outside? I don't know, Simon. Scientists are saying the sun's light isn't shining on the earth anymore. Then why aren't we freezing to death? That is the mystery. What is keeping us warm? I pulled out my phone and Googled the news. I then got on my local news website and saw that the riots were occurring. It was downright crazy. People were breaking windows, setting cars on fire, fighting each other. The worst thing I saw was a guy bashed a woman's head in with a baseball bat. I turned off the broadcast and I saw that James was almost as pale as a ghost. Dude, that riot was downtown. That riot is downtown. That's 5 miles from here. Suddenly my phone rang. I looked at the caller ID and saw that it was my Uncle Bobby. Hello? Simon, take whatever you can and meet me in Bettyville, Bobby told me in a very frantic tone of voice. What have you been watching? What? Wait, have you been watching the news? It's crazy out. Just do it, Simon. Meet me at this address, and I'm about to tell you. I told James to hand me a pen and paper. I wrote down the address Uncle Bobby wanted me to go to. I got it down, I told him. Good. And when you get there, ask the bartender for Dan. After that, he hung up. All right. What was that all about? Jay asked James. That was Uncle Bobby. I replied. He wants me to go to some bar in Bettyville. I don't know if we should trust that. I don't know if we should trust that guy. All our lives, he's been obsessed with the end of the world. Remember that? Remember when we were in high school and he paid us to build that bomb shelter? Yes, I do. But look, I'm going with you because I don't trust that guy. Yes, something really weird is going on, but I doubt it's doomsday. So let's go, I said. I grabbed my overnight bag and we made our way to my car. After putting my bag into the trunk, I got into the car and pulled out of pulled out of the parking lot. Thankfully, James lived close to the freeway, but traffic was terrible. The jam was worse than any I've ever been, yet even worse than UK and U of L basketball games. The whole freeway was a parking lot. Fucking Christ, I yelled. Where the hell are these people going? Shh, listen, James said. I stopped talking and listened to the radio. There was breaking news reporting that various animal attacks were occurring throughout Louisville and other cities in the country. Cats and dogs were getting loose and attacking people. Birds were swooping down and clawing at people. It was not all birds, but ones that people were keeping as pets. It was only domesticated animals that were attacking people. There are no reports of zoo animals doing any harm, but this whole situation seemed like a whole lot of calamity. The said that people should head to a military safe zone in Lexington. Maybe we should go there, said James. To Lexington? No. Why not? It's probably safer there than your Uncle Bobby's. Look, I have no idea what is going on, but I think we should trust Bobby this time. Oh, come on, Simon. Remember back in 2012 when he was convinced that the Mayan calendar was right? I rolled my eyes. Look, I don't mean to be rude, but we are not going to Lexington, I shouted. I did not want to hear any more bullshit talk about how crazy my uncle is or what is going on. Got it? All right, chill, bro, James replied, surprised by my outburst. I didn't know if this was a temporary problem or something new entirely, but I remember one important fact that Uncle Bobby was taught me about the end of the world. When civilization falls, it falls fast. Major cities looked like they were suffering pretty badly from what was going on. So I knew Lexington was a bad idea. I did not It did not take very long for traffic to die down and for things to speed back up again. I continued to drive to Bettyville. James and I kept quiet during the drive, and we continued to listen to the news. After a couple of hours, I turned the radio off. I knew things were getting bad, and I was tired of hearing it over and over again. When we made it to Bettyville, I put the address of the bar in my GPS, and I followed the directions. When we arrived at the bar, I noticed that it looked more like an old shack than an actual building. The place reminded me of the bootleg barbecue restaurant in Louisville. After parking, James and I got out of the car, and when we tried to go into the bar, the door was locked. So I tried knocking. We're closed. We're closed. A voice said from inside the bar. I knocked again. I said we're closed, damn it! A person shouted. Bobby sent us, James said. The door flung open and a tall, muscular, wild-eyed man stood before us. He wore a pair of tattered jeans and an I Heart Beer t-shirt. Camouflage baseball cap on his head had seen better days in its old age. Bobby sent you two? The man said in a deep southern drawl. Yes, sir. James replied. Shit, that man has a tad bigger. That man has a tad bigger than a horse's dick. I'll pay his tab if you let us in, I promise. Things aren't going so good out here. The man led us into the bar. Damn, this place looks more old and run down than Uncle Bobby does, James commented. I gave him a dirty look. Yeah, my dad hasn't really taken care of this place since Grandpa died, the man said. Is your dad named Dan? I asked. Yeah, my name's Chad, by the way, the man said. I'm Simon. That's James. Nice to meet you guys. Now, why did Bobby send you guys here? I don't know, but I think it has to do with what's going on in the cities. Well, I can assure you that you guys are safe here in town because it's always been quiet and boring here in Bettyville, said Chad. Can you call your dad for us because whatever the reason, we need to talk to Dan. No problem. Chad pulled out his phone and called Dan. Son of a bitch, Chad said firmly. What? I said. The fucking phone lines are down. Great, James remarked. Well, he just went to run some errands about 30 minutes ago. He was probably on his way back. Have you been watching the news, I asked? Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are going crazy over something as usual. I don't know if it has to do with politics or what, but I've never seen riots like this before, Chad replied. People's pets are going nuts, man. What? Yeah, dogs are mauling their owners to death. The same goes with cats. Suddenly the door burst open, and an older guy came scrambling inside. He then slammed the door behind him. He was breathing really hard from being out of breath from running. I also noticed that he was holding a hunting rifle in his right hand. My truck broke down, he said. Are you okay, Dad? Said Chad. No, Mrs. Davis's dog broke loose and tried to attack me, so I had to shoot him. Next thing I know, 10 more dogs showed up. I shot 4 of them, but more just kept coming. I heard the sound of dogs barking outside, so I looked out of the window. I counted 15 dogs outside that were barking ferociously. Holy fuck, I said. So what do we do? Asked James. I don't know, I replied fearfully as I looked back at James. I said we wait for Uncle Bobby to get here. He will have some ideas. Who knows how long that will be, Chad said. I don't want to be stuck in here being held hostage by dogs. Suddenly we heard the sound of tires squealing. I looked out the window and saw an RV storming into the parking lot, hitting some of the dogs in the process. The dogs began to surround the RV. Next thing I knew, the front door of the RV burst open and someone fired a shotgun at one of the dogs. Its head exploded and blood and brain matter went everywhere. Frightened by the blast, the dogs backed off a little bit. That was when I saw the man that we had been waiting for, my crazy Uncle Bobby, RV holding his 12-gauge shotgun, and began running toward the bar. One of the dogs tried to get in front of him on his way to the door, but that dog was soon made into Swiss cheese by Uncle Bobby's gun. Uncle Bobby stormed into the bar and it slammed the door behind him. We have to go right now, Uncle Bobby frantically shouted. James gave him a weird look. There's those dogs out there, Will. I will hold off the dogs. All of you just get to the RV. If you think I'm going out there with those dogs, Bobby, you're crazy, Chad said. What choice do we have? James asked. We can't just sit here. Dan is right. Wait, what? Dan is right, and so is Bobby, I told Chad. We have to get out there. We have to get out there. Here's the plan, Bobby said. Dan and I will hold off the dogs while you guys get to the RV. Let's go, shouted Bobby. We burst out of the door and ran towards the RV. Uncle Bobby and Dan shot into the air to get the dogs away from us. I saw them move to another part of the parking lot as the dogs went in their direction. As we were heading into the direction of the RV, one of the dogs saw us and barked into the other dogs to get the other dog's attention. I sped up and made it to the RV. Oh my God, this is a lot. I'm almost out of breath. I then opened the door and jumped inside. James and Chad followed behind me. I could hear the dogs barking outside the RV as I fired up the vehicle. I heard the sound of the dogs screaming as the gunfire invaded the air. I looked out of the window and saw Uncle Bobby and Dan making their way to the RV. They fired shot after shot as they ran, but out of nowhere, Dan ran out of ammo. He began to run as fast as he could to the RV, but there was no use. The dogs surrounded him, and within seconds, they were all over him. I watched in horror as they tore him apart. They ripped chunks of meat from his body as they ravenously tore into his torso. Dad, no! Chad yelled. I heard the RV open. Drive, drive, drive! Bobby hollered. I put the RV into gear and drove away from the bar as quickly as possible without killing us. Uncle Bobby walked over to the front seat and sat next to me. Where to? I asked. The bomb shelter. It's safe there. We continued to drive. We continued to drive driving into the dark back road with Bobby telling me where to go, but without warning, a girl jumped in front of the RV, waving her arms. I slammed on the brakes, hoping to God I would not hit her. When the RV stopped, she ran to the side of the RV and got in. I heard the sound of the dogs barking, so I literally put the pedal to the metal and floored it out of there. Thank you, said the girl. Who are you? Asked Jad. I'm Sarah. What happened to you? I asked. My uncle's hunting dogs went berserk, and next thing I know, they mauled him to death. So I ran out of there. They chased me all the way to this road, and here I am now. I just need to know what the hell is going on here. Why hasn't the sun come up? It's 2:30 in the afternoon. We don't know, I said. Cats and dogs are going nuts. The sun hasn't come up. None of this shit makes sense, said Uncle Bobby. Turn on the radio, Sarah said. We turned on the radio, and all we got was static. We tried changing the stations, and after so many, we finally found a news station. It was telling people which cities were falling and how bad the catastrophes were. New York City had fallen, and so had Louisville, Kentucky. Omaha, Nebraska had fallen as well. After we heard that, we turned off the radio. It's like total anarchy out there, said James. I know, said Uncle Bobby. Civilization is falling, and it's falling fast. Okay, I need a break. You guys can unmute yourselves. Guys.
Birds.
Yeah. Sorry, that took me a minute.
Oh, shit, this is a lot. I didn't realize this was that
Cool,
much.
man. Yeah, that was good, though. I'm excited to work with you on it.
I need a break. I can keep going again if you want me to, but I need to stop for a sec.
We can have you go again in a little bit, yeah. I do want to split it up and not do the same story for too long. That's why I don't read long stories on streams, is because I feel like if there's someone listening and they don't like that type of story,
yeah,
then they're kind of like, oh, well, I'm just not even going to listen to the stream, if it's like a super long one. So I usually do like lots of different stories, but we can definitely come back to it.
Well, hang on, let me see how much I got left.
All
right. Oh, we only got less than a page left. I can keep going.
Okay. Hold on. I need to because I'm gonna try out my green screen on here since it's my 3000. Might as well. And so I just want to while I'm doing that, you can finish the story if you'd like. And I would just want to ask the people watching what type of story they would like to see next.
Okay. So you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can keep going. I'm going to set up my green screen.
Okay. I know, said Uncle Bobby. Civilization is falling, and it's falling fast. Uncle Bobby.
Oh, wait, actually, real quick. To me, you're kind of quiet. I don't know if you are to other people listening. But also, I just want to throw that out. So, can you guys hear him? Okay. Or am I a lot louder, or should he turn his volume up if he can?
No.
What?
Well,
The fuck? What's happening? Are you having a stroke?
Me?
Not Welsh.
Yeah, I am. A little bit.
But you super loud? I'm not super loud. I'm looking at my voice right now. It's not even that loud. It's like it's barely even touching the red on the waveform thingy. Fine, I'll turn myself down. Since y'all have little tiny baby ears that can't handle anything louder than a mouse. All right. Is this better?
Okay, Margbot said I was quiet and flat. How about now? I turned the volume up.
Margbot? Yeah. You are loud after, dude. After what, dude?
Loud as fuck. That's what he's saying.
I know. I'm just. All right. So yeah. I'll get you Hangouts link. And I don't work till noon tomorrow, so I'm probably gonna run the stream later than I thought. I was gonna plan on going till 11. Right now it's 9:20. I think I'll probably go till like midnight or 1 or something.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Super long stream. But yeah, so he's gonna finish the story real quick. I'm gonna set up my green screen. Hi, Skeleton Dog, and here's the Google Hangouts link.
How do I sound now, Dark Somnium?
You sound a bit louder. I don't know. What are you using right now? Like, are you on a computer? Or?
I'm just on a computer. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I would say if you can turn yourself up a little bit more. Still kind of quiet, but
I can't turn myself any up anymore. It's just like,
okay, no worries, man. But yeah,
okay.
You go ahead. I'm gonna mute myself again, and yeah, then I'm gonna turn on my video, see if my green screen works.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I know, said Uncle Bobby. Civilization is falling, and it's falling fast. Uncle Bobby gave me directions to the bomb shelter, and I followed them. I must have driven for at least an hour on this back road before finally I was told to drive this dirt road. I drove down an isolated dirt road for a few minutes. Then Uncle Bobby told me to stop. We all got out of the RV and we began walking into the forest. We must have walked for at least a mile before we found the bomb shelter. It looked like a manhole in the middle of the woods with a small window on it. After Uncle Bobby moved the leaves and dirt off of the door, he unlocked it and we climbed inside. We had to climb down a 20-foot ladder before we were actually inside. When we made it inside, I saw the place looked like a big apartment. It had shag carpeting. There was a flat screen on the wall, and as well as a couch that sat in front of it. In the next room, was a kitchen and a sink front with running water, as well as a refrigerator filled with food. There was also a table to sit at in the kitchen, and a chandelier. And the chandelier was above the table. The shelter has 4 bedrooms, so since there's 5 of us, one of you has to share a room, said Bobby. I don't mind sharing a room with James, I said. Good, Bobby agreed. You two get the twin beds. Anyway, I'm going out to find the rest of the family. Are you crazy? Asked Sarah. Sort of, Bobby joked. Look, I want to make sure the rest of the family is safe and maybe bring them here. So I'm going to be gone for a few days. A few days, Chad reacted. It's your job to take care of each other while I'm gone. So don't leave the shelter. Don't let anyone in unless it's me. Do not, under any circumstances, touch the gun container. I don't need any missing limbs or splattered brains all over the place. How will we know it is you, Uncle Bobby? I asked. I will knock 3 times. And stop for 5 seconds, and then knock 2 more times. So be listening for me. If I am not back in 3 days, don't come looking for me. It'll only get worse out there. I'm out of here, Uncle Bobby. Uncle Bobby mused as he walked away from us. Be safe. We heard him walk over to the ladder and start climbing. We then heard the door slam, and not long afterwards, he locked it. We were now alone in the shelter as the world continued to fall to pieces. End of chapter 1. Okay, that's it.
Hello.
Oh, hey,
Hi, guys.
Mark.
Hi, Margbot. Oh man, this is the first time I've been on a stream with you in a while. I can't even remember the last time we were on a stream together.
It was the one with Unit, remember? We had Unit on?
Ah, yeah, that bitch. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Unit's awesome.
Yeah, I think it was me, you, Unit, and Cannibal. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think we had one more person. I can't remember who it was, but it's been quite a long time, man.
Was I drunk at all?
No,
Okay,
you weren't
good.
drunk.
I have horrible memory when I'm drunk. So
I know.
it could have been a stream, and I just don't remember it.
I just think it was so long ago that you don't remember.
Yeah, probably. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. You know, just handling business. Glad to see you back. I know things are rough
Yes.
there for a while, but I'm really happy that you managed to come back with.
Yes,
and
I was homeless. It really sucked. I was living in a car for a while.
you know,
but-
I felt so awful for you.
That's all good. Could be
are you-
worse.
It could always be worse. That's the
Could've-
spirit. But you know what?
Might
Now,
not have had a car. You know, you ever try sleeping on a bench? That shit probably sucks.
Aw. Now you're back and you're a mailman. I'm sure you'll
Yes.
come up with all sorts of true scary stories from that one.
Oh yes, actually, I already have one. This guy is like, I don't know what I don't know if you, but like I had to deliver a package that was like, you know, one of those styrofoam things you see at hospitals, and it didn't say fragile on it, and it didn't say to not kind of like toss it around and shit, and I was tossing it around and shit, and blood
Ooh.
started coming out of it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God! What was
Not
in
like
it?
I was just like sitting there like trying to do 3-point shots with it or something, but like I wasn't, you know, like delicately placing it on the ground. I was, you know, like I was like tossing it places if I needed to move it and stuff. So
What was inside? Do
I
you
don't know. No, I can't open it. I'm the only like opening mail is a federal crime. You know, like prison for like 25 years.
Yeah, of course.
I'm okay to open mail since I'm a mailman, but it's only under situations where I can prove that it was like basically the result of me opening the mail was going to save someone's life, essentially.
So
Like,
is that
the only
those are
situation
your
where I can.
those are your guidelines as a mailman? It has to be a life or death thing.
Basically, yeah. And I had to do this whole oath thing since I'm a federal employee now. I had to they recorded me giving this 2-minute long speech that I had to recite. It was boring.
Oh man.
Right. And I'm just like, just give me the mail so I can go be bad at delivering it.
Be bad. Wow. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine. I mean, I would. Well, what about okay? Because you got this foreign substance all over your hands, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, don't they allow you to find out what this foreign substance is? Because what if it's poison?
1 second.
Okay, no worries. Why can I hear myself? I can hear myself. Somebody doesn't have their stream muted.
I'm hulking out over here. Yeah, sorry. It's probably me actually because my headphones broke. I don't have any headphones, so I have to use to write music to make my videos. I have to use the speakers that are built into my TV, and they're kind of sucky. So I'll turn it down a little bit and see if that fixes it though.
Gotcha. No worries.
Oh, guys, I hope you're ready. You're about to see the Ronnie on the webcam. Here comes the web camera. But sorry, what'd you say? I was getting something out of my closet.
No, I said, don't they allow you to open it if it's like some sort of foreign content liquid that gets on you to see if it's some sort of poison or something?
No, they actually have this whole special procedure for that. It's if that happens, like something comes out of it and it gets on me, doing notify anyone around me that they have to stay at least 100 feet away from me. Then I have to call the police, the fire department.
Oh my God.
And if I'm in a building, they have to lock down the building as no one's allowed to leave. And they did that. They started doing that because in 2005, someone started sending anthrax through the mail.
Yeah.
They killed a bunch of people at the post office and stuff.
Dude, did you tan in the the last, I don't know, 2-3 months?
Oh God, yes. All right, I'm gonna look at this. You see this tan line?
Well, see, it's funny because it's black and white right now, but I could still tell you're way tanner than you used to be.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna un-black and white it just so you guys can see how freaking tan I've gotten.
But yeah, it's crazy that even though it's black and white, I can tell that you are tan as hell now. No more pasty white boy.
Yes, which is funny because I'm half black, so I shouldn't really be pasty and white. But look at this.
Now you're your true shade.
Look at that tan line. Damn. Wait, the other side's better.
That's serious. That's a serious tan line. I see it.
Yeah. The first day, I got sunburnt, and I was like, I didn't think I could get sunburnt.
Yeah. No, I guess part of being a mailman means you get free tan now.
My friend made me cut my hair when I moved here, so I'm growing it back out so I can get the mohawk going again.
I didn't even know you had a mohawk. I don't think I've ever seen you with a mohawk.
Oh, really? If you look at my 2,000 subscriber special, I have a whole 5-second segment where I'm pulling off my hat in slow motion and doing like an "oh yeah" type thing.
Yeah, I usually see you with a hat. I've never seen you with a mohawk.
Yeah. Speaking of
Do they
which,
allow that as a post office person, like for you to have like a mohawk?
oh God, you should see the guy that interviewed me. He had 25 face piercings. Like
Ooh,
most of
wow.
the people that go to work at the post office are ex-military, so they have tattoos, piercings.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
hell yeah. You can join Vidith. I'll get you the link again.
I heard that the post office people actually have really good benefits.
Yes, I have. It's the first health plan that I've ever had where I don't have to pay for my medicine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, every other health plan I've ever had, I have to pay. They don't cover my medicine at all. I have to pay for all of it. I'm like, why do I even have insurance? I mean, you're not even going to pay for some of it?
Yeah, I completely agree. That's usually how they work out, unfortunately.
Sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna back up a little bit, but I'm still gonna be chatting with you guys. I'm setting up my green screen.
Okay, cool. No worries.
It's just like the 2,000 subscriber special, because in that one, the video started with me setting up my green screen.
I think I saw that one.
So Mark by.
And I have this really random audio clip that plays. It was like something about Jumpy George or something. It's actually like a 5-second audio from the show Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I put that in there to see if my video would get copyright striked.
Did it?
No, because it's only 5 seconds.
Oh, good. Yeah, there's like a limit of the amount of time that you can play, I guess, of copywritten content. I just try not to bother with that kind of stuff with videos. I know a lot of people like try to sneak those in. I'm like, you know what? I don't have that kind of patience.
I noticed that they started doing something new where like saying like some videos aren't fit for monetization.
Yeah, yeah, that's new.
Apparently, like a bunch of other narrators have had a lot of their videos hit with that. I haven't really. I mean, there are some. I think there's like 6 or 7, but honestly, like that's not really going to impact the $7 I make every month from YouTube.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. But you know what? To me, it bothers me because it's kind of like a principle of the matter. Like we work so hard at these videos, and then they're like, no, you're not allowed. Hi, Vidith. Welcome.
Hey, Vidith. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, man? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, dude. I'm in the background setting up a green screen.
That's because he's busy delivering your mail, Vidith. That's why.
Yeah. Do any of you live in Washington? If you live in Tacoma, Washington, I'd probably deliver your mail.
Nah, dude.
You wake up in the middle of the night just to see my face in the window staring at you.
Wait, you wake up and you see your face staring in the window at me?
Nice.
What does that mean?
That's gnarly, man. I don't even know how that would happen.
It's
Crazy shit, man.
I mean, at least you're in the West Coast now, because West Coast is best coast, But,
Bet.
yeah, for sure.
Guys, it's been so long since I've used my green screen.
Well, it's back.
Nice. It feels good to be back, does it?
Yes. Now, since I'm not homeless, I have a whole plan set up for getting back into YouTube. I haven't mentioned it yet because it seems like every time I mention my plans,
jinx it.
Fate is like, fuck you. That's not happening. So I'm just not going to tell anybody about it this time. Aside from my
surprise us all.
Yes, I will surprise you. Just be like, the surprise is I'm not making any more videos. No, I'm joking.
Well, then what are we all doing here? Oh, I was going to ask you, I know that you ran a poll a couple of days ago, maybe it was a week ago, about whether you should make a separate channel for your music. So is that part of the plan? Or are you going to do the music?
No, actually, my ADHD plays a huge part in my channel, as you can tell, because I'm all over the place with it. I actually already made a music channel, and it has 70 subscribers. And then I stopped uploading it to it, and then I got so far behind that I was like, I'll just post it on my main channel. And then I was like, well, I have the other channel. If people don't like seeing both of them on the same channel, I'll just move them over to this channel I already have called the Dark Somnium Music. But it seems like everyone doesn't mind it on the same channel.
Gotcha. Okay.
But so, what projects are you guys working on? I haven't really been involved in the community lately, so I haven't really known what you guys have been up to.
I'm just trying to take over the world with Bidith right now and Dark Voices, who's in the chat.
Yeah, true.
That's our plan. You know, just taking over the
Mhm.
world, man. That's it.
How?
All the memes.
With,
Very
like,
ambitious. Very ambitious of us. It's a secret. We can't tell you.
aw.
I'm just gonna smoke a lot of cardboard and then see if that works.
So, I'm sorry.
Sorry. So for my channel, I'm doing seasons, I guess you could say, for the interviews. So it's gonna pick up back up in September. October should be fun too. So that's where that's going. And you know, just putting out videos for people, just handling real life and putting out videos. And there's this idea I had before the summer started. That involves it involves Vidith and Goodnight Goosebumps. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Unit and basically like a collaborative effort, but it's not part of YouTube. It's outside of YouTube, but it's still doing the same scary story stuff. But
awesome.
I kind of got caught up with other real life things during the summer, so hopefully here soon I'll be able to get back on track with that.
Real life. That's so
Yeah.
boring.
I know.
It is.
It really is.
Have you guys seen my I put up a trailer for it and put up a video talking about it, but the Writers of Horror, have you guys seen that?
No, I haven't. What's that about?
So I think it's a pretty good idea, but that's just because I love myself and all the ideas I come up with are perfect. But no, I'm joking. So what it is it's like a podcast style thing. It's gonna be about anywhere from 1 to 3 hours, and on each one we choose a different author from like Reddit or just like the Creepypasta community, and then we get a collection of their stories and narrate them. And I have some like dialogue from the authors that saying like who they are, why they got into writing, what they hope, what they've learned from writing, and then in between each story, it has an audio clip from the author saying like what inspired them to write the story, what they learned from it, and if it turned how it turned out versus what they originally thought. And yeah, so the first one is for Men in Lysette. He's a Reddit No Sleep author. The second one is for Elias Withero, who is also a Reddit No Sleep author. I've gotten both of the dialogues. I'm just working on recording the stories. That's why it's so long, is because there's going to be a bunch of new narrations in each video, and their stories are pretty long. So.
Gotcha. No, I think that's a really good idea because, I mean, the stories are like half of what we do, right?
Right. And I feel like authors don't necessarily, they get credit in the title and in the description, but like it takes so much longer to write a story than it does for me to read it, you know? And
yeah,
I don't think that them just getting their name somewhere on the video is enough. And
yeah, I don't think they get the recognition they deserve. Sometimes it's just really difficult to track them down to say, hey, can I use your story? But definitely, you know, if you can get them and get in touch with them and get them, you know, exposure, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping is to give people a chance to learn more about authors, and you might find some stories that you really liked were written by the same person you didn't know that, you know. Yeah. I have the trailer up for episode 1, which is for Man in Lysette, and then I have 8 out of the 10 stories for that video recorded. So hopefully my plan was to get that up last week, but my work doesn't give me weekends. I found out that I haven't had a day off in almost 2 weeks.
Whoa.
Yeah, and each day I work about 10 hours, which is why I got this crazy tan.
Hold on. You guys don't deliver on Sundays. No post on Sundays, remember? So what's the deal?
No posts, but we still deliver packages for Amazon.
Damn Amazon.
So on Sunday we don't go in at 9, we go in at noon, but we have to deliver. Like last Sunday, I had to deliver almost 300 packages. So I had to go to 300 different houses, and it sucked.
Wow. How often do you get days off then?
There's no guarantee of days off because I have a route of mail I have to deliver, and if I'm not there, those people don't get mail, which is called delaying mail, which is a federal crime. If
Yeah.
so, it has to get to them within a certain amount, because people get pills, they get checks, they get legal forms, stuff like that. That has to be delivered to them within a certain amount of time. And if I take the day off and it doesn't get delivered, then there can be a lot of repercussions.
So there's nobody to deliver for you if you're not there?
No. Well, if there's no one to deliver for me, I don't get the day off. If there is someone who can cover that route, then I might get the day off, depending on how many other people also want the day off. And yeah, so I haven't had a day off.
You're
in almost
sick
2 weeks.
though. Oh my God, that's an intense job.
Yeah, it's especially when it's hot, you know, and like you're walking around, you have like those bags are heavy, full of mail.
Oh,
those,
yeah.
those bags weigh about 50 pounds when they're full, and I have 2 of them. And so then you're walking up and down the streets. I have to go to about 40 different neighborhoods every day, and walk through and deliver each one to the houses and stuff. And it's just like, by the time you get off work, you just debate sleeping in your car because you're too tired to drive home. You know, it's like. But then you come home and you take that Adderall and you get working on stories, you know, recordings and stuff. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you having any luck with sleeping? Because I remember the sleeping was a problem.
No, I haven't slept in 2 days because I just barely got back on my medicine. Today really sucked at work. Like I didn't sleep last night or the night before, and I wasn't gonna not go to work, you know, because that'd be stupid. So went to work, and yeah, it was like it was constantly like someone was kicking me in the nuts for some reason. I felt really nauseous, but I did it. Now I'm at my house.
Talking to us.
Yes. I'm going to try to get some sleep tonight, but I also really want to finish that Writers of Horror. And there's like 4 people who have joined the call, and I haven't addressed them at all. So one sec, I'm going to see who they are. There's, oh no, it's just 2. It's Dark and Corpse.
Yes.
Dark and Corpse.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
How are you today?
I am well.
How was the
You
live,
sound
man?
different, Dark Voices.
You do.
I'm not using my mic, that's why.
Let me address the chat real quick because I feel like I've been ignoring them and I'm sad. Yeah, Skeleton Dog Hybrid, you can join the call if you want. You can chat with us. I only ask that you make sure you don't have a lot of background noise. If you have a lot of background noise, I'll probably mute you, just because that's like my biggest pet peeve is random static and stuff in the background. So,
do I have bad background noise or am I good?
What program is this? What do you mean?
He wants to know if it's Hangouts or not.
You what?
He wants to know if it's Hangouts, if we're using Google Hangouts or not, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming anyway.
Yeah, we're using Google Hangouts. I need to finish my green screen. But yeah, sorry, I interrupted you guys. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, is my background noise good, or do I have to?
Oh no, I don't actually hear any background noise from you.
Okay, good.
What about me?
No, you're just kind of quiet, but I don't hear any background noise.
Okay, good, because oh, never mind.
Nice.
Well, let me know when you want me to read a story. I actually found one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you want, you can go right now.
While you set up your green screen?
Yeah. Okay. Real quick, I just thought I'd mention. I just passed. So far since I started my YouTube channel 8 months ago, I have created 100 theme songs for various stories.
Wow.
Classic, bro.
That's awesome, man. Good job.
I really need to upload most of them. I think like only 30 of them are available to listen to.
Damn.
But cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, you
Thanks
go ahead
for
with that
keeping them
story.
to yourself.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Maybe you can
I'm just in here. No, because like a lot of my stories have the music in them, but you don't like get the follow-up upload of just the song. Like in Decomprose story, A Siren Sings Beneath My Skin. I created a really long and intricate piano song that I never released. So actually, I just barely uploaded a compilation video of all of Decomprose stories that I've done. I believe there's about 10 of them. I think it just barely finished processing. It's like it's almost a 3-hour-long video, and that's the very first story. So if any of you check that out, it's The Siren Sings Beneath My Skin. Maybe it's a second. It's that piano song. That's never been released, but I really want to.
Okay.
Cool. You go ahead. I will be back.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, guys. This if everybody could just mute themselves, because I don't think I can mute you.
I'll mute him. Haha. The power of Ronnie.
Awesome. Okay. So, the story's called Her, and it's in the creepypasta.org site. You've seen her. You know you have. Try to deny it all you want. It happened. It happened a lot, actually. Never fully, always out of the corner of your eye, just out of sight. That's where she stays. She does not like to be seen, but she loves it when people try. You try to tell yourself it was nothing, just your mind playing tricks. She likes that too. She likes making you feel like that. You tell yourself there's nothing there, yet you feel her. You feel her gaze. You feel her breath on the back of your neck. Your hair stands on end when she is there. Did you think that happens for no reason? It's her. It's always been her. It will always be her. She was the beginning, and she will be the end. She was the first shadow that has haunted man from the beginning. She is older than sin itself. She was here long before what you call God, and she will be around long after he is forgotten. In the meantime, she wants you. You feel her pull. You don't know that you feel it, but something inside you drives you to know that what she is. You can't deny it anymore. You know you saw something. A ghost? A demon? You don't know. But that's where you start. Suddenly, you're obsessed. You need to know. You've read every book on the occult you can find. You scour the internet, reading every article you can about what lurks in the dark. Nothing seems to fit. You read about shadow people, boogeymen, and every other entity from every obscure website. Some seem like possibilities, but you know that's not what you saw. Then you find it. Her. This is it. Before you even read the article, you know this is it. You're suddenly filled with the sickening mixture of dread and desire. You click on the link, but it's just a blank page with one line of writing. The beginning ritual. Hurriedly, you Google the ritual and find the directions on how to see her. It looks like your run-of-the-mill ritual. Candles, symbols, and a bit of blood. Nothing too out of the ordinary. You get everything you need. The thought that you will finally see her fills you with anticipation. You will know what she is. You'll know you're not crazy. You go to the start of the ritual, but you suddenly get the feeling that something is not right. You feel that you're in danger, but you shrug it off. After all, you're trying to see the thing that lurks in the dark. Of course you're nervous. So, you proceed. You draw the symbol, say the strange words, and you bring the large hunting knife to the palm of your hand and make one long, smooth cut. The second your blood hits the floor, you feel it. The concussion. The absolute horrendous pain. You feel as though your body is being ripped to shreds and burned all at once. You try to scream, but it's useless. You've lost all control of your body. All you can do is sit there and feel the searing, blinding pain. It doesn't stop. As the days, weeks, months go on, it doesn't stop. You feel every second of it. You can't sleep. You won't pass out. There is no reprieve. You feel your mind slip away from you. Your once rational thoughts turn into demented desires to make someone else feel as you do. You need to show them how it feels. You need to show them how she makes you feel. You know she is there, even though you can't see her. You know it. Then you hear her, the sweet, beautiful voice. You hear the words. They're unrecognizable, but somehow you understand. You found me. I knew you would. You will be one of mine. Would you like that? She coos to you. Eagerly, you agree. Suddenly, you realize you can move again. but it feels weird, as though your body has changed shape and bends in different positions. Find me more. We need to be many. Seek out those who used to be like you, those who want to believe in monsters. You feel her touch your face. It feels as though she could rip the skin off. You can feel the long gashes where she touched you. You can feel the blood seeping out, but you like it. Suddenly, the pain she causes feels like when your mother used to hug you. You smile, but your mouth opens much wider than it used to. You find this funny. You laugh. Your voice is much deeper than it was before, and the sound makes you laugh even more. You feel her close again. Go find me more. Set them on the path. You know how. I've showed you. You feel everything slip away. When you awake, you're in a strange yet familiar space. You feel someone around you, so you hide. You scuttle sideways across the floor and take refuge in the shadows. You don't want them to see you. You only move when they turn away from you. You know what this looks like to them. They can only see you out of the corner of their eyes. They tell themselves it was just their imaginations, so you move again. A little more obvious this time. They scream. The sound excites you more than you thought possible. You want them to do it again, and the thought makes you laugh. They run out of the room. You know they heard you, and it angers you that they ran away. You were having fun. Then you hear someone else, so you go and play with them too. You see her from time to time. While you follow your playthings, you see them search, just as you had. You watch them find the ritual. You see them spill their blood. Then she comes. She always comes. She smiles at you, and you know what is about to happen. You know what they're about to feel, and it excites you. You watch your plaything disappear, just as you once did, and she comes closer to you. Well done. Keep going, she says as she touches your chest, leaving deep, blood-soaked ridges. You look down and smile. This will help you with the next one. You watch her disappear too. This makes you sad. Then a thought occurs to you. If you send her more playthings, you will see her. Eagerly, you scuttle off to lure another plaything into her grasp so you can see her again. Nothing else matters. Just her. The end.
Spoopy.
I liked that. The end.
I just threw that in there so you guys knew it was over. That wasn't part of the story.
It's finished.
It is done.
I like that. That was. I've never really, although this is just a personal thing, not saying they're bad or anything. I've never been in one for ritual stories. That was pretty good. I think, at least in my opinion, because that wasn't necessarily like most ritual ones. Like it had a the reason I don't like ritual stories is because like go here, do this at this exact time. Do if it's so intricate.
Yeah, see, I don't like the actual ritual ones because this like alluded to it, but there's some that are like, okay, well, set up this many mirrors and this many like chairs. I don't like reading those personally for my channel. Like that's why I never do it. But yeah, like this wasn't like this didn't detail like a specific thing, so that's why I was like, hey, I'll read this one. But yeah.
Cool.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second. What is happening here now?
I was actually surprised I didn't screw up more because I don't read live often.
Same.
I don't
Thanks for being surprised for me, Edith.
Yeah, I screw up a lot. I'm surprised that the biggest thing that has surprised me out of my entire YouTube career is how much my subscribers will put up with me trying to stream, but 90% of the time just having a bunch of fucking technical issues. Like when I first started, like the very first stream I had, it was 3 hours long, and it consisted of the stream going down and back up and down and back up and whatnot. And there wasn't anything that happened on the stream. And then over the months, I've gotten slightly better. Sometimes it doesn't crash that many times, but and they still come and watch it. There hasn't
Because
been any
you're
technical
loved.
issues this time, though. Let me see what people in the chat are saying. Wait, hang on. Thanks. I just noticed the watermark. Spoop 5 for fucks for weed. The hell?
3 spoopy. 5
Oh, I keep forgetting that weed is legal in Washington. Also, that gambling is legal in Washington, because in Utah, gambling's not legal. So I've never even been in a casino. And when I first got here to get gas, you know, there's like those tickets things under the counter. I asked them what they were, and they're like, "Oh, those are lottery tickets." And I was like, "What's a lottery?" Because
wow.
none of that's legal in Utah. You can't even advertise for it in Utah. So you can't have like commercials for gambling in another state. You can't have like newspaper articles for gambling in another state. Like, it's completely illegal.
So technically, from what I know, that in Washington, like gambling in general isn't, but they are allowed to have a lottery, correct? Like
No,
you're not
they're
allowed to have
casinos.
slot machines and stuff, right?
No, yeah, they have them.
Really?
Yeah, I saw one, but I didn't go
Wow.
inside. I kind of like looked through a window.
Oh man, I didn't know that. Like, wow, I'm like
That's
totally
crazy.
mind blown right now. But that's awesome, man.
Wait, you're tearing a bone? Is that what you just said?
Who, me?
What?
What?
I thought she said she's tearing a bone.
that I didn't say that.
Okay,
Mark,
cool.
but why are you tearing a bone
Definitely
for?
not what I said.
Yeah, that'd be quite terrifying. Just
You guys didn't even know that. You didn't hear that. You never said it.
I just want to say this to Amazing Lover. When I saw your ID, I thought for a second that you were scarce. I'm just letting you know.
Who's scarce?
The YouTuber, like
He's
the meme where it's like, "What's up? It's guys. It's scarce."
He's the news guy.
Scarce here. It's, yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Let's
Scarce
get right
here.
into the news without the Keemstar cancer.
I'm not up to date on the latest YouTube news. Hey, Swamp Dollars back.
It's garbage. Sorry.
I don't watch YouTube news anymore, so I gave up on that like 2 years ago, I think.
How many of you stopped watching YouTube as much as you did prior to joining and creating content? Like, once you became a content creator, did your interest in watching YouTube videos go down?
So I did actually. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say, in all honesty, they actually went up because I had to spend more time on YouTube to be a content creator, because I didn't really go on YouTube too much before then. So
you make me sick. I just know.
For me, basically, I went through this whole period where I was like, you know what, I can't listen to any other narrator pretty much. Like, I got so into this and I was like, I don't have time. Like, and then I was like, you know what, that's not cool. Because I mean, that's how I that's how I became passionate about the community. So now I've kind of come full circle, I guess, and I'm listening to other creators again.
Yeah.
Why is Swamp Dweller always giving me the business? He's just ringing me out like some sort of rag doll. I don't know how to finish that, but he's so mean to me. He's so mean. I just want him to love me.
He's really mean to me too. It's
I want
okay.
that Swampy D, but he won't give me the Swampy D. I'll give him the Dark D.
Service you.
I mean, the SD or whatever mine would be.
Oh God.
The DS.
Yeah, I'll give you the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up the ass.
I'll give you a DS XL.
Wait, what did you say? GPS?
I said DS XL, which means extra large.
That's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
But Dark Somnium, in answer to your question, since I don't narrate, I still consider myself a.
He just left.
Where'd he go?
Who just left?
He vanished. DS.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because it has me. It's you're presenting to everybody.
he
I think I kicked him out of his own
vanished.
stream, guys.
Now we run the stream now.
That's okay. I
We
rule
will
the
rule
stream.
the
I have now
world.
taken over Dark Somnium's channel, everybody. Welcome.
We will rule the
everyone.
world. First to stream.
I just closed it right now, so it down. Somnium, do you need us to link you? Hi, Dark Paradox.
Fuck my
Will,
face.
fuck my
Cool.
face. I just closed the Hangouts. Oh Lord.
This is great, guys.
I think we should.
He just took
We
over.
should send
We
him the
just-
link.
Just wait a second. I asked him if he wants it. Just let's see if he actually wants it, or if we just have his channel for a little bit. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh, he got back on.
There he
by
is.
I'm kidding.
Somnium's back.
Yeah, man, sorry
Hey.
about that. I accidentally closed the window.
Somnium, you sound like you're cutting off.
You sound
Like
a
you're on
little robotic there.
dial-up internet.
Savage.
Probably is on dial-up.
Mm.
Same.
Somnium, say something.
Is it better now?
No, not at all.
Ooh.
That's slightly better for me, but you know, there's still some static.
That's
Okay.
terrible. Kayla, it's because, or Kayla says it's because you're talking to her.
What about now?
Nope.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
You're gonna be back. You're gonna have his channel more.
Yes.
Maybe we'll take
So,
his
guys,
$7.
we are here for an interview with Mr. Dark Somnium, who is actually late to his own interview. Yeah, I planned this entire thing. Now he's not even here.
Correct.
Who misses their own interview,
Oh.
guys? I mean, so rude.
To be
Real.
fair, I missed a
Take
shit
your
ton
time
of
to
my
plan
interview
this entire
times.
thing after the show up.
Did you? No,
I
you
did.
didn't. It was Swamp who was like late and MIA.
Yeah.
No, I was late too. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm starting to sense a pattern here. Thanks, guys. It really means a lot to me that my time means a lot to you.
Mark, we love you dearly. We
No,
will
you know
never
what?
miss your
You know
interview.
what? Dark Voices. No, I'm not having it because you were off at a play. You were at a play.
Listen.
No, that hurt me. That hurt me right there. And I was like, I'm never working with this guy again.
I'm sorry. I love you.
No, you don't. Clearly not.
On your blood.
Hey, can we hear you?
He
Yeah.
just
Is it better now?
Yeah, way better. Dude,
Yeah.
like I'm telling them, like you're missing your own interview. Like I'm here to interview you, and you're not even here.
She's starting to have beef with other people, and it's starting with me now. I knew this would happen.
Indeed.
Why? What's happening? I'm gone for 2 seconds and you're already
having-
devolved into monkeys?
We're
Or...
having some beef.
No, you're gone for 2 seconds, and I make up that I'm here to interview you, and you're missing your own interview.
Oh, really? Yes, interview me. Yes, give me the spotlight. Finally.
Would you want your interview on here? Wouldn't you prefer it on my channel, even though it's smaller? Like
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
else?
I'm doing it, channel. It'd be cool if you actually want to do it sometime. That'd be totally cool.
I actually I'm just gonna ask you publicly now because apparently that's a thing I
Go
do
into the
now.
private
Ooh,
room.
romantic.
I was looking to interview you in November, man.
November. Damn,
Dude,
you're busy. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's
Um,
cool.
But yeah. So I'm not starting back up until like the end of September anyway, because like I said, I took a break. But yeah. So if November works for you, you know,
Yeah,
I will
that's totally
send
fine.
you. I will send you a. Well, how often or how far in advance do you get your like work schedule? Because I don't want to interfere with that somehow.
So as you know, I don't have any days off. I work about 10 hours a day.
Mhm.
Good hours.
Yeah, good hours. It's
Shit.
freaking good pay. Every day after, so overtime here works a bit different. After 8 hours, I get overtime, and after 10 hours, I get double pay. So it's not like at the end of the week if I have over 40. It's after I've worked 8 hours in a day, and then after I work 10 hours, I get double. So
Gotcha. Okay,
Shit.
so are you usually available at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because you're on the same time I am on Fridays?
yes, at the post office, we usually shut down around 6 p.m. So they're like, "Hey, call me every 2 seconds, like, hey, bitch boy, you finished the fucking route yet? I'll curb check you." So at 6 is usually when I'm done. Hopefully.
So would 7 work for you?
Yeah, if I can get home without
Okay.
like entering some sort of purgatory, should be fine. 7, that'll be good.
Please don't enter purgatory quite yet. You have to survive until after I've interviewed you. After that,
Yes.
you can enter whatever you want.
I
Okay.
recommend getting there early because if you don't get there early and if you're late, she'll fight you and call you out.
I will.
Fight me.
I will fight.
Guys.
So yeah. So I'll send you a date in November. It'll be a Friday in November. And I should be doing that here soonish. But yeah,
Awesome.
sorry, go ahead.
Cool. Well, I was gonna say, something that I forgot what I was going to say the words. So, if you guys want, we can read another story. So far, me, Margbot, and Amazing Lover have read. Is there anybody else on here that would like to read a story? It doesn't matter the length; it can be short.
Do it, Vidit.
Actually, I prefer that it's not too long.
Yeah,
Sure.
take forever.
I volunteer Vidit.
Why not?
Let's volunteer Vidit this tribute.
Who said that weird thing just now? Someone said I belong to Vidith. Who said that?
I belong to Vidit. What?
Somebody
I
just
think
said
you're
that.
hearing things. I think you're hearing things and you need to
Oh,
clear out your ears.
I used to have two
I
subwoofers in
volunteer.
my car, so
I
it's-
volunteer Vidit. I didn't say I belong
Oh.
to Vidit.
Oh, okay, that makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Vidit,
I was like,
I
whoa,
belong
what the
to
fuck's
you.
going on?
That's amazing, dude. Let's see.
Yeah, but
God damn it! I have so many long ones on here. I'm trying to find a short one for you because I got.
Oh well, it doesn't. Like, I'd say, preferably no more than 10 minutes. Just you know.
Vidit, do
To
the one
give
with the
variety.
lamp.
So which one?
The lamp one. I am lamp or something like that. No, that's not what it was.
Oh,
Do you want me to throw up some sound effects in the background for you?
I mean, I have a straight up like borderline, not borderline erotic one about me.
Oh, that's
Do it.
hot.
Do it, Vidit.
Hey, if
Come
anybody
on,
has
all the
any-
girls want to hear it.
If anybody has any dark Somnium related erotica, send it to me and I'll read it right now in the most sensual voice. If you cum your ass off.
Oh.
while I'm at it, I'll probably.
This
find
is
a story.
about my my character, and for whoever watches Supernatural, has Dean. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna mute myself right now.
I watched Supernatural.
He was sitting at a bar, slight looking across at him. Standing up, he introduces himself. I'm Dean. I couldn't help but notice how attractive you are. He gives him a slight smile. I'm Vith. Would you like to join me? They sit together for a good hour, laughing and flirting, when Dean looks at him with lust in his eyes. Would it be too forward if I asked you to come back to my motel with me? Vith looks at him, blushing slightly. He stands up and takes Dean's hand. Dean leads Vidith to his car. He has one hand on the wheel and one hand on Vidith's hand, rubbing it slightly. Getting back to the motel, Dean leads the way to his room. Getting in the room, Dean moves up quickly to him, slowly starting to kiss him, moving his hands down to Vidith's pants, undoing his button. Oh, this is not appropriate.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
actually, let
finish.
me interject. As long as it doesn't get too sexual.
Yeah,
I don't want
okay,
to
that's
get this
far
video
enough.
taken down.
That's far enough.
Oh, we're
Okay, I
going
think-
18
I think-
plus.
yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
it was already demonetized before I started the stream somehow. So yeah, let's not make it any worse.
Oh God.
Oh,
I'm
we're
sorry,
going
Dark.
18 plus here.
Jesus, I might read that off stream one of these days.
I thought you were about to say cupcake. I was like, okay.
What?
Cupcake. I can't do cupcake.
I want to
Good. Now that you have all the ladies in the stream hot and bothered, Vidith.
Right.
Actually, not just the ladies. I'm sure the guys are hot and bothered.
I'm
right
sure
now.
it's
Feeling very steamy right now.
Ooh, actually, okay.
Okay.
Here, let me. I'll read something for you guys. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it
Let's
in the
bring
most
it back,
sensual
guys.
voice ever.
Let's bring it back.
No, I'm gonna get one of these crap pastas, like the super bad ones, but I'm gonna read it so sensual, you guys won't even
Is
believe
that what we're
it.
doing now? We're trying to make everything
Bad
sexual.
pastas? Oh, I got some bad pastas too.
Me too.
I want to read a bad pasta.
You can do it
Yeah.
after me. One sec. Oh, I don't know why I just googled the word bad. Oh, Michael Jackson.
I hate it when that happens.
Bad to the bone.
Yeah.
This is why I can't pause and do things at the same time. All right, so I'm gonna do this one. Let's see how long it is. Not very long. It's never been a problem for me. Let's do it anyway. All right. Okay. It's,
Counting on
it's
you
called,
here.
It's called a twist.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna have my camera on for this because I'll probably get really embarrassed. So. One
You
second.
gonna blush?
Yeah, I'm quite shy in real life. I don't like people looking at me. But one second. All right, cool. Here we go. Let's Oh wait, let me add something real quick.
Oh, he's gonna add some story.
Oh, you know what? You know it.
Make it more steamy.
Hardcore corn.
Is that what you googled? Really?
No.
Oh my.
Softcore story.
No, that's not what I'm googling. Get out of here. I got to do this quick though. Hold on, wait, guys. Everyone's waiting on me. Oh no, sound effects. Where the fuck is my folder of sound effects? 1 second.
Fat.
Exactly. No, I'm looking up porn music to play in the background while I read this.
Smooth jazz, dude.
I have over 16 terabytes of just sound effects. So I'm sure that I have some smooth jazz or something in here. Let's
I want to kill myself.
Okay, let's see.
I'll do the music for you. Wow, 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 wow.
Actually, you know what? That's one of those tracks that YouTube has for free. If you want to look.
Really? Where
Yeah, I had to find that for the
Jazz.
pickup line video I did for Valentine's Day. That
Aw.
Somnium never got his lines in for.
Wait, what? What
Right.
the fuck? Oh, this might have been about the time that I was sleeping in my car.
No, that was before.
It was
It was
what?
about to happen. It was about to happen. It was like looming in the horizon.
Yes, there's my car in the driveway revving its engine. I'm like, no. All right, fuck the porn music. I'm just gonna read it.
All right, just do it.
All right, go ahead, my boy.
Just do it, Somnium.
Oh, I'll do it. Oh. This does require a slight bit of reverb, though. Let me just get nice and spacey up in here. Okay. A twist, a parody. Don't read this because it actually works. Now you've started reading and you can't stop. A girl named Kathy drowned to death. If you email or repost this for 3 more videos, tomorrow will be the best day of your life. If you don't repost this comment at least 3 videos, Kathy will come for you when you're sleeping. This is so scary because it actually works. All right, I'm done doing that. That's the end of that. I'm never doing that
Could have
again.
done better, Somnium. You had so much material. You had so much material to work with. Could have done better, Somnium. Sorry.
Oh, ouch. You don't like it? Aw.
You get a 5 out of 10. I mean, come on, like all the things that she said, and you just not enough emotion, of course.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 will do again. 8 out of 8 would smash TBH.
As long as I get a 2 out of 10, I'm happy.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Be like the Dark Somnium, the world's worst porn nerd. What? Huh? What were you saying?
Excuse me?
Somebody was mumbling hardcore.
Excuse me?
What the fuck? Am I having a stroke? What's happening? Why are people saying no meme? What does no meme mean?
It's straight up like it's one of the best things in the world, dude. No meme.
No meme.
I don't know what it is.
No prank. Just a meme, man.
All right. Well, would anybody actually like? You want to read something? Somebody said they wanted to read a story.
But can you read something non-sexual?
Yeah. Let me find something. Let me dig through my terabytes and terabytes of sexual things to find something non-sexual.
I'm
kidding.
Idea for a website.
God, boy.
A non-sexual porn where people just sit around and sign contracts. No, it's like drinking tea.
Oh, so it's just the industry fucking you, basically.
Yeah, somebody accidentally presses someone's elbow and then they have a baby.
Okay, I found something that's actually something I'm going to be reading later on my channel, but that's okay. People are going to forget about this by then, I hope.
Sure.
This one's about shadow people. I've carried a secret since the age of 10. I'm being followed, and not by someone, but by something. When I was 10 years old, I was alone in my house. I went to my bedroom and shut the door, even though I knew I was alone. I always felt safer with the door locked. I was minding my own business when I heard a loud knocking on the door. 3 loud knocks. My heart jumped. I hadn't heard anything come home. Yeah? I called out. But there was no answer. As I approached the door, anxiety started to fill the pit of my stomach. I opened it and found an empty hallway. I stepped out and looked around. Nothing. I shut the door again and brushed it off. But as I was walking away, there were 3 more, equally loud knocks. The anxiety I had been feeling before had now flooded me. I reached out with a shaky hand and opened the door. No one. It isn't funny, I called out, exiting my room and looking for my brother. There was no one in the house. I went back to my room and shut the door, keeping my hand on the doorknob. 3 loud knocks, and I opened the door on the 3rd. The door was still reverberating the knock as it swung open. No one. This was my first encounter. Over the years, I would have smaller encounters, a feeling of dread, doors opening, the feeling of being watched, nightmares. All of this was spread out over 9 years. Then, during the summer, I had an experience I will never forget. I was sitting in my bed in the very same room as when I was 10, talking on the phone to my boyfriend. We were arguing about something, and I was about 4 in the morning. I was wide awake and sitting up. I sleep with my door slightly ajar now, but not wide open. I was about to say something to him when my voice caught in my throat. My door opened. I saw an arm and a face, and at first I thought it was one of my parents. But then I realized it was a tall, faceless figure. It looked like a man, and he stood in front of my door frame, holding my door open. I told my friend that there was someone in my room. I repeated it over and over, but he was still caught up in the heat of the argument. I looked around me for anything to protect myself, but when I looked back, it was gone. I sat in my bed, my heart racing, terrified more than I'd ever been before. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't make a noise. I fell asleep after sunrise. After that, the dark figure appeared in the following dream. At first, I was walking through my house, and I felt a presence following me. Then, I left my house and still felt someone, though no one was to be seen. I somehow managed to get into a crowded area when a man approached me. He wasn't a dark figure, but I couldn't make out his facial features, though his presence reminded me of a serpent. I asked him what he wanted and who he was. He told me he wouldn't leave me alone, and I woke up after that. I had never tried to speak to whatever's been following me, save for one time. I was up late during homework when I felt a presence and started to hear a noise. The presence felt playful, almost like a child. It was a clicking noise. It wouldn't stop. I said aloud that it was irritating, and the noise paused momentarily, and then grew louder. I almost felt like someone giggled, though I heard nothing. I grew angrier and said aloud, "Stop that right now." And immediately, the noise stopped. The weekend after that, someone spoke to me. I was on a 3-way call with my brothers when I heard it. Someone whispered, "Hey." I asked my brothers what that was, but they calmly claimed they didn't hear anything. It said "hey" again. The voice was very low, raspy whisper that didn't sound like either of my brothers. I asked what they were doing, and they both said they were just at home with their wives. Then the voice whispered, "How are you?" And, "Hello. How are you? Hey." I asked if they heard any noises at all, and they both said no and seemed confused. I told them I was going to call back, and the voices stopped. I really don't know what to do about this. I need help, but I don't know who to go to. If anyone knows what this thing is, please help me. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Edith.
Very good.
Nice.
I'm snapping over here for you. That's the cool thing to do is to snap, you know.
10 out of
Quick
10 will do
question.
again.
Yes.
How loud is this? Can you guys hear the background music and stuff right now?
A little.
You can. A little.
Very
Okay,
faint,
now I
very
can hear it.
I was thinking about like putting that in, like while we're reading and stuff. But I want to make sure it's not like overpowering anybody.
No,
That's
it's not.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's all good.
I
can hear it
would
now.
do sound effects for you guys, like with all my sound effects, and then as you're reading it, I'll play different sound effects. But I don't know what the delay is, and like if like you say the word and it was like a 2-second delay to me, and then I press the button, and then like you're already like half through the next paragraph, and the random doors are opening and stuff.
That would be entertaining.
I'm sorry. When the door opens.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read something for you guys. This one will probably be the scariest story of the night because you know, as you guys know, you know your boy Ronnie. I got to do one Gazoogle story. So, do any of you not know what Gazoogle is?
I don't know what that is.
So Gazoogle it's an extension where basically it takes the text on the screen and translates it into like ghetto slang. So I'll go to scary story websites and translate it into ghetto slang and then read it. Like and sometimes I put like hip hop beats in the background.
Oh snap! I want to do that. Good job.
Sounds fucking dope.
How do you find this
I'm gonna do it for you guys real quick. I have to reinstall the extension because
I want to do one.
Yeah, man. I'll show you how if you want. I was gonna make a video of a bunch of Gazoogle stories.
Yeah, you can show me how.
Yeah, boy.
They're like, how do you do that? And I'm like,
It's called Gazoogle.
Yep, Gazoogle.
Transizzler.
Yep.
Translator.
One thing, the default one.
Yeah.
With the default settings, it'll throw a lot of isls in there for some reason. I don't really like that. So you can go to the settings and change like the percentage or like how often it throws isl at the end of a word, because it'll be like I was typing at my keyboard isl, and it's just like, I mean, like, yeah, but every other word. Nah. So let's go to what is it? Let's Not Meet. Yeah, let's get one of my approved stories from Let's Not Meet. Hopefully they're cool with me doing this.
This is incredible.
This is amazing.
What's up? Someone say my name?
Yeah, that was me. I got a question. How do you become big time no sleep authors when no sleep is so strict on their rules? Like I've submitted like countless stories to no sleep and Let's Not Meet, and they all get deleted.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what is up with No Sleep's mods. I submitted 2 stories, which you guys, if you ever put in enough effort, you probably could find them, but I'm not going to link to them because they suck. And both of them got approved, and one of them didn't get approved because of they said it was a wall of text and I needed to break it up into paragraphs. So they're like really strict on like the formatting and the way it looks.
I know, right?
Well, if they approved them, then they didn't suck, Ronnie.
What was that?
They approved them. Oh my gosh, Vidis is dying. What happened?
Sorry. I put one of my stories into the Gazoogle and it's like made my life.
No, don't. You better not start making videos using Gazoogle. It's me. I got to do that. I got to be the dark Gazoogler. But
I think I got it now.
No, it's okay. So I'm gonna read this story for you guys. Let me throw up a fat beat in the background. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fresh. I don't want to get anybody I don't want to get anybody twisted on this. It's gonna be hella skid or whatever.
Lord.
1 second. Let me find.
I just tested it. Oh my god, I'm definitely gonna read this.
No.
All right, you do your thing. You do your thing.
Nah, I just gotta find.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh yeah. So here's some dope trap beats. I got some trap beats for your candy asses. These. Oh yeah. These are about 3 seconds long. So I hope you guys are ready to hear the same thing on loop over and over again. So.
I'm ready.
Oh, I'm ready too. Just 1 second. I'll be more ready.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the beat. I'm about to drop it like it's hot. Hot being temperature-wise, not attractive in the physical sense, because it's a beat and audio. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Is there just music or is it just... Oh, wait. Kit. Yeah. Oh, it's just a beat? Oh, God damn it. Come on, give me a hip-hop beat.
That was a good beat.
You hip into the hopping and you don't stop stopping. Oh, okay. All right, cool. And we'll do that. Now, this story is called Prettier by M to the Isonths. Oh, no, wait, that's months. By Pudizzle. When I was in third grazing, I missy a nigga named Nicholas. Nicky for show. We were busy on the quietest sizzy compared to our classmates, and we both sharizzle a lizzle faux pudding cups. One day at school, Nicky forgot his lunch at his own. So I told him he kizzle on my pudding. Motherfucking... I don't like when it throws izzles in there every 2 seconds. 1 second. It was getting too much with the izzles. I got to turn those off. Save settings. Okay, yeah. Fucking izzles. Who would even want an izzle? Okay, let me restart that. I'll probably read some of this with like my trying to be gangster voice and then some of it in my normal voice. Okay. When I was in the third grade, I made a nigga named Nicholas. Nicky for show. We were both on the homie side compared to our classmates, and we both shared lizzle faux pudding cups. One day at school, Nicky forgot his lunch at home, so I told him he could have one of my pimpin' cups. Ain't no killing, everybody's chillin', and that's how we became niggas. From that moment on, we shared my sagging C to the is-ups every day. The crazy ass kicking nigga kids in our class used to tease us, tripping us and having crushes on each other on the CH to the is ain't. That horrible, the horrible 8-year-old at least, kissing song all the time up in the motherfucking club. I had become customary for Nicholas to separate ourselves from the homeboys at recess and lunch. We had a big tree we'd always meet at the drug dealers and the blunt rollers at recess for a few minutes. Before our parents came to pick us up, they call me the black folks president. Nicky himself lived with his wannabe gangster homeboy, single shot collar. Put your motherfucking choppers up if you feel this. He tried dripping the concept of divorce to me once, but in my 8-year-old mind, I didn't make the sense of his parents weren't shot collars. 8, happily married. As you can imagine, my parents were married, and my home life was an epitome of sagging nuclear families. Imagine full his house, except with a homie who had passed away, a couple of cousins instead of uncles. I can't recall a single moment in my childhood where I felt unloved or uncared for in any way. Yeah, fuck with us. We gots to fuck you up. I sizzle release that was a rarity during one of mine and Mickey's bustin' visits to the tree, as we had cleverly nicknamed it. He invited me to his birthday party, Paula's on the east side, and excitedly unzipped his backpack and withdrew an invitation card made of blue construction foamy. What the fuck is foamy? There was a hand-drawn tree on the front. 2 shotted kids approximately mine and Nicholas' size and color. A home address scribbled inside my nizzle. To this day, I still have it. Living young and wild and free. When the bell rang, he and I ran inside with the rest of the kids and waited all day for him to give out the rest of his birthday invitations. But he never did. I was the only one he'd invited, but real niggas don't give a fuck, because that bitch kids tease us so much. My 8-year-old mind had chalked it up to that conclusion that he didn't want any of the bullies there to... Therefore, his invitation was only mine. The fuck? Keep the party crack-a-lackin' while I'm steady pimpin' rapping. Me and we out suffice to sizzy. I was flattered and stoked. I gave the card to my killer bitch on the spendin'. What it do? She smiled. How skanky. You're a flea, and I'm the big dog. And very quickly gave me permission to go. Was that his mom? I was the first non-family birthday party. It was the first non-family birthday party. The next day, I went to the ST to the Izor with my mother and homeboy homie, and we picked out a birthday present for Nikki. He and I were heavily into Transformers, so we got him a tiny gangster baller spending permission from his homie, and I wrapped it up in paper all by myself. His birthday was on the trippin' Saturday. What it do? Ma shot caller dropped me off at Nikki's his house, briefly blingin' with his homeboy in the kitchen, frontin' pick-up times how fast they be steppin'. Before pimpin' on the 4E's goodbye, because Nikki, his gangster, and I were the only ones there, we decided to play a couple of board games and then tag when it wasn't spending anymore. We were in the backyard, and it got a bit shoddy sunny gangster, and Nikki and I fizzled deep into our dramatic reenactment of the latest, most gangbangin' pusher crackers episode of The Smells. The fuck? That we had seen, at least. Put your feet up and take a breath. Ew, gross, what? His hustler, a preteen at the T to the Izime, went inside for a minute. Check some. What T to the Is-H Nikki homeboy revealed to me was a code phrase she oozed when she wanted to rap to the cute nizzle boy on the phone. Inside the kitchen, his pusher was dipping and doggy styling, an eye on us through the windows, hollers to the east side. He's been hollering to the east side for like 6 times. Come on. It was the only one we went inside to eat. It was only when we went inside to eat that I realized that there were no decorations. So show some love, niggas. The fact that there was sipping and signified that there was Nikki's birthday at all. Signify it was Nikki's birthday at all, except for the homemade chocolate cake that's off the hook, yo. I had loose sizzle gathered that Nikki's family didn't have a lot of money, and that maybe that was the reason he wasn't to school without lunch so often. But gangster really asked Nikki, pimp really said spendin'. That didn't make any fucking sense. Not that all 8-year-olds would do bitch out the frontin'. We went to Dizzle, the basement wrap-up. We skanky that cake and took a couple of photos where there was a tiny T-Vizzle and SNES. We played games for roughly 10 minutes before T to the Izir was a loud knock on the door. Because this is how we do it. Nikki stopped the game, Yoshi's Island, and jogged up the basement stairs to the homie at the door, eventually messing. Yo, Dad, Doghouse Records is in the motherfucking house. I thought you said you couldn't come. He was very excited in the hood, understandably so, gangbanging. How rarely does he see his father with a big occasion? It was his life when he did. Better check yourself. He always would tell me about the school, that this cool, fun dad came to visit and took him for a ride around the block on his motorcycle, spitting that real shit. For a while, I'll admit, I wasn't sure if I believed his dad actually owned a motorcycle, but when Nikki came down to introduce me to his dad, I followed them outside into the front yard and I saw 2 helmets. True niggas do niggas. One for his dad and one for him. Death row 187 for life. My own father drove a minivan and wore a Pizzello shirt and cargo pants almost religiously. Nikki's dad, Hustler, was the complete and total opposite of mine. Faux Desert Eagle to your motherfucking dome. He wasn't suburban at all. In fact, he looked like a homeboy out the outside. Or to the Is-8 right away. I thought he was cool. And right away, I wanted to fit in with them. Booyah. Shiz-8. Note that Nikki and I come from different ethnic backgrounds. He was white. I was not. Because I went to school with a majority of Wizite kids and lived in the ghetto with a majority of white population. I found it very difficult to fiznit in sometimes. This nat was part of the reason I had grown so close to Nikki so quickly. Death row, he was pretty much the only kid in school who gave me the time of day, and I him. The real drug dealer kids didn't like me because I looked different. They didn't like Nick because they were old. What? Oh, because he wore old faded clothes. He was raised on the modest salary, and my money on my mind. His homie had a few jobs, if I homie correctly for real. She was a waitress, a grocery store clerk, a part-time janitor, a single bitch. The fuck? A single bitch with 2 doggy styling kids, his house, and a ride that's always gangbanging down. She was really quite optimistic. I liked to kill a Liz Knott. She was really nice. My God, this story is fucking long. I'm not even 20% done. Okay, I'm not reading this anymore. I'm done with that. Jesus Christ. I thought it was going to be a lot shorter than that. Okay, yeah, you guys unmute yourself. This is...
Yeah, it started after a while.
Yeah, I was like, when is this over? And then I looked and I was like, hadn't even scrolled down half the page. Jesus. Sorry about that.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Now my throat feels like it's filled with sand.
Oh my God.
All right. Yeah, it's somebody else's turn to do something. Oh, the beat's still going. Sorry,
Yeah.
that beat was so sick I had to forget it was going. But yeah, so one of you guys can read something. I'm gonna go get some water.
Hey, wait.
What you're saying? Wait.
Oh, I was just saying, like, creepypastas on that. Why don't we switch it up a little bit? Why don't we tell some hilarious stories from the past?
You're cutting out. I think whoever's talking.
Me.
You saying, why don't we do hilarious experiences from...
Oh shit! I actually muted Vidit. Crap! Fuck! How do I unmute him? Sorry, man. Okay, what were you saying?
It's okay. You say, why don't we get hilarious things from our past?
Oh, is that a subreddit?
No, it actually tells stories from memories past, from like.
Yeah, I guess I'm not very funny. I mean, my life's pretty sad. I was born in a trash can. I went to school in a trash can. I lived relatively near trash cans most of my life. But no, I'm joking. None of that was real. So, no, I did live near trash cans. Actually, I did live near quite a few trash cans. I'm gonna go get that water now.
Okay.
But okay.
I actually have one, but I'll wait until he comes back.
Okay.
Well, why don't you go first then?
Oh fuck, I'm not funny, dude. Don't do that to me. Shit, man. Well, I cut my scalp open one time because I was trying to sled down on something and there was snow covering a bunch of 2x4s, and I kind of slid down. My brother hit me with a snowball. Didn't know where I was going. Slammed into it and cut my scalp open, front to back. Got 10 staples, dude. It's funny as fuck, man. That is.
Oh my God.
That's not the story I'm looking for.
I got something. Well,
yeah, go for it.
It's a sledding story, but like I was. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
In Louisville, there's this place called Tyler Park where everyone goes to sled when it snows really hard in Louisville. So like I went there to go sledding, and then as I'm going sledding, I fly over this root of a tree, and then like I fly off my sled and like go through the air like a rag doll and land on another on the side of a tree and then roll down the hill. and then when I reach the bottom, I'm like, my arm's broke. And then like three girls just run up to me and like, oh my god, are you okay? I saw you hit your head. I'm like, no, my arm's broke. I swear I thought I broke my arm because I hit my arm as I hit that tree though. Because they swore up and down I hit my head.
What the fuck?
But yeah, that fall though was just insane.
I'm proud.
But, yeah, we're talking about injury stories now. You said you sliced your scalp open.
I fucking guess, man. That's the way.
My arm wasn't broken though. It just felt like it broke.
Shit, dude. Nice. Oh, and whenever he gets back, I may have to be heading out because I got to get to work tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you came, man. That's cool. I didn't even actually expect anybody to join me. I thought everyone hated me, so that's a nice surprise.
Nah, dude. We love you, man.
Oh, is that so? Is that why you haven't been at my house hanging out with me? I see.
I gotta get my stuff ready, man. I'll be moving out next week. We gonna crash together. We're gonna smoke all the cardboard and we're gonna eat all the ramen.
Yeah. Good boy. I'm gonna start a new series called "Scary Stories from the Hood," and I'm going to show you guys something. Hopefully, it'll let me. I actually did a prototype of this series where I animated it and everything. So it's only like a few seconds long, but 1 second.
Nice.
I'm excited. Nice.
Ooh, it's, my channel, my channel, the Dank Somnium, has 14 subscribers. That's new.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
I like that channel though. I like the name.
Dank.
The Dank Somnium.
Somnium. That's beautiful. That's quality content.
It's fucking quality, dude. It's like it's straight up original. It's original content. It's not cookie cutter shit like you'll find half the time on YouTube. Quality Dank Somnium.
Hell yeah.
So Dark Somnium.
The Dank Somnium.
Dank Somnium, whatever the hell you are. Whatever.
The Dank Somnium.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm too tired for live streams.
Well, so are you still there?
Hello.
I hate my life. Google just signed me out for some reason. All right. Okay. I'm gonna. Sorry. What?
I was gonna ask you something.
Oh, go ahead.
Since you were talking about doing like Tales from the Hood, I was thinking like this is a past idea I had back when me and Mad Mike were working together. I wanted to like create a series where like kind of like Goosebumps, and then have like one scary story after another scary story, and stuff like that. But I couldn't find anybody to narrate it since Mad Mike said it was a dumb idea. So like I was thinking,
wait, what? Why would they think that's dumb? It's like having a bunch of stories.
Yeah, like having a series of stories, kind of like Black Mirror, or Goosebumps, or like Tales from the Crypt, something like that. But then he said he didn't like. Yeah, he just wanted to do countdowns. Like he wanted to be like top 15s at the time, which was I don't know what was going through his head at that time, but like he was trying to just. I think he was just concerned about gaining subscribers rather than having quality content. I was just worried about having. I was just like entertaining people. But anyway,
Cool. Yeah, man, I'd be down.
You could actually do that. Like if I wrote stories for you and then you'd narrate them as a series called Tales from the Hood or something like that.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool. I also wanted to do a choose your own adventure type thing. Some other YouTubers have done that, where like you read a story and then at the end of the story you have an option to go to a different story, like a different video A, video B. Then each one continues that story in a different way. You know, like a choose your own story deal.
Okay.
Nice.
So I thought that'd be pretty fun, but I'm not very good at writing.
Well, I have like a bunch of stories I wrote from high school that we could use for the series.
Okay, yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you want to message me about it, we can. Do you have me on Twitter?
I do have you on Twitter.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can message me about it.
You didn't follow me back, so I can message you.
Oh, okay. I will follow you.
Right. That's
So, if was anybody else going to read? If not, I'll read a story.
I was gonna read actually. I found I actually translated a story I saw with the Gazoogle, and I would like to read it.
Okay, go ahead. After that, I'll probably do an actual scary story. Not that
I'm gonna drop some
love.
bars.
Yeah, I love making fat beats and spouting gibberish. But yeah, I will read a scary one too. So I'll try to be scary.
All right, cool.
I'm gone, guys.
All right.
Why did Bidith leave?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he hates us.
All right. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
All right. Oh, should I start? Yeah, okay, I'll do it now. Janice didn't like her bed. Y'all know that shit, motherfucker. That shiznit was far too big ass and far too empty for your bitch like her. The blanket of vast ocean that threatened to crush her and shit. Right back up in your motherfucking ass. Bitch couldn't have sunk the fuck into that shit. Drowned up in that shit. Found her motherfucking ass struggling, flaying her arms and legs, panicking. This nightmare always ended with her waking up before the darkness sucked her side away, screaming. But that wasn't the reason why that thugged out biatch couldn't chill at night. Right back up in your ass, or right back in your motherfucking ass. Biatch couldn't handle the nightmares and such. Everyone has nightmares. Well, shit. It wasn't like that bitch would straight up drown, but sometimes that bitch was under the covers. She felt sudden cold brush against her Nikes, cold like clay, for a second before it retreated back into the depths. There was more than enough room. That's it. The end. That's just a short one.
Sounded like it ended abruptly, but I don't really know because I don't know what the fuck was happening.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it shows a really short one, so.
So your voice is kind of like choppy to me. It sounds popping, or like there's a bunch of static. Is that happening for anybody else?
Yeah, it is for me.
Oh, really?
Normally when that happens, it's due to like underruns with your recording, or what? I don't know. Are you filtering your voice right now?
No.
Okay.
I'm also
you probably, if you left the call and rejoined, it'd probably fix it.
All right, hold up.
Okay, so I'm going to read a story. I'm going to do a scary one. For those of you in the chat, what type of, in the call, what genre of scary story would you like me to do? There's like nature, reality, sci-fi, stuff like that.
I'd like you to do reality.
Reality. I really like reality. I really like existential stories, like stories that by the time you're done listening to it or reading it, you're wondering if reality is real. You know, if be like, oh, what am I? Am I human or am I a slug that forgot that I'm a slug or something? You know?
Yeah. One time, my friend.
Does it work now?
Say what?
Does it work now?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it's fine now.
All right, cool.
But Dark Somnium, like one time my friend came up with this long as shit theory and said that, like, what if we're all brains in a jars and aliens already took over Earth and killed off the human race, and we were like in this Matrix type world.
The fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, what? When I kept for like 3 days, I was like, what if I'm a brain in a jar? What if I'm not real? What if any of this is real? I'm like,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, there's those theories about like basically how we all live in a computer simulation, which they say that it's like the sensations that we have, like with touch and experiencing existence in reality, those are all impulses sent to the brain, and you could recreate those same electrical signals and make it feel like I'm touching something when I'm not, type deal. So if it had like an advanced enough system, totally could make someone think that they're living, like they're in a reality, that simulation.
Yeah.
I hate my computer. For something happened, and now it doesn't like install things. Like every time I try to install something, I get this weird error. And sometimes when I try to open programs, it just nothing happens. I think I'm gonna have to reinstall Windows.
But Dark Somnium, have you ever read the story that I dared my best friend to ruin my life?
I've seen them. Like I've seen them on YouTube, but I haven't listened to them or read them yet.
Well, that was a moment where I was like, why didn't I think of something like that? Because like that sounds exactly like something I would think of, and it's like I feel like had I thought of that first, I could have had that credit. But then, I mean, that sounds like something I definitely would have thought of, that concept. But then I was just like,
Yeah.
why didn't I think of that? But I mean, I really have always wanted to have my stories in no sleep. At least one of them. Well, I take it back. I have part one of a series that I wrote a year ago on no sleep, but they took part 2 and part 3 down, so nobody knows where it, because they said the parts weren't realistic enough or something like that. It's been eons, so yeah.
Oh yeah. They're kind of, which is strange. Like I get you do want to have a suspension of disbelief. They have some pretty weird stories on there.
I mean, yeah, my story was about time travel, and they said that we don't want fantasy stories on there or something like that. But like, it became so popular on the subreddit that I did end up writing it on. So I was thinking to myself, had the moderators not been dick asses, they would have gotten a hit story. But no, they just have to be freaking jerk offs and take my story now.
Let's see.
Sorry, that's just
no, you're good.
With the rules. That's just, I don't know. Even Creepypasta Wiki has done the same. They've taken my stories down. Like I had my Raising Hell story, which is, well, that was my novel that I just got finished writing, and I decided to put it somewhere so that to give people's opinions on it. Like I put it on Reddit, and it got a lot of good feedback. I just wanted people's opinions on it, and I also put part of the sequel to it on there too, but I haven't updated it since like a few weeks. So. But if you ever want to check it out, it's called the first part is called Raising Hell, and the second one was called The Blade of the Damned.
Yeah, I'll search it. I might not be able to find it because finding stuff on Reddit sucks. But if you want to send me a link, I'll check it out.
I'll send you a link. But yeah, it's kind of like, okay, imagine Supernatural, Saved by the Bell, The Witcher, and yeah, all those combined into a blender.
Nice. I have. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Because like I've been studying Egyptian mythology, Greek mythology, voodoo mythology, all just for this series. Yeah, because all in the series.
Well, real quick. So what I'm gonna do is so I'll probably keep streaming for a while tonight because I do work tomorrow, but I don't work until noon. Yay! So I'm gonna stay up and keep doing stories and stuff. So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more story, and then I'm going to end this stream because I'm going to start a new stream that's going through because this one's on Google Hangouts. I'm gonna start a new one that is just my encoder, like my for my other streams, so I can do my green screen and stuff. And then we'll keep doing stories and stuff. So if any of you want to come back after that, you can. But if any of you want to do anything first, like before I read my story, go just let me know. Do any of you want to read a story before I do mine?
Nah, I think I'm good.
You get put on the spot. Yeah, right on that spot.
Well, I was thinking. Shit. I was thinking maybe I could. Would you care if I read like a snippet from Raising Hell or The Blade of the Damned?
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Well, let me. How about you go first, and then I'll look for a good scene in that story. So then I'll just read that scene.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go first, and I'll look for a scene.
Okay, no problem. Let me check the chat real quick. Hi, Tracy. Oh, hey, that's Tracy from Screen Radio, right? Assuming that You haven't left yet because I don't know when that was sent. Don't you cough on my stream, you little bitch. Hey, now I'm joking.
You know what, you bitch boy? I can do whatever I
shit.
want.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
I can't
don't
fuck with
mess
that.
with me.
Damn.
I'll fight you.
Okay. All right. So I found this story. I'm gonna do this one's in the reality category. So,
all right.
If I may mute you guys real quick, I will unmute you after, or you can mute yourself, whichever.
I'll
All right, one second. I am waiting for this to load. I was adding this track. It's the song I made for, well, the main theme song I made for the story Fleshgate. The theme song is called The Door. It's kind of in the middle of creepy and sad. So I was going to use that as the backing for this one. Seizure. I don't even know if you guys can hear me say this. Where's it at? Son of a bitch.
Having trouble?
Yes. Leave me alone. You bully.
Do your job, man.
There it is. I found it.
Job,
fuck. Hey, fuck a dick. All right.
oh, shit.
Yeah, that's right. Get handled. All right, cool. So I'm gonna start. I got this song. I was born in a small town. A drug addict father, single mother. Not the perfect family package. Yet, little did I know this life of mine would be the beginning of a not so stereotypical life. I enjoyed my younger years. I always thought my reality was just my dreams. Then, one day, I hit the age to finally comprehend my own reality. My stories are going to be the rope of my past, present, and future. Enjoy them. Age 16. I'm at the age where I know what I am seeing is real. I hated seeing their faces at night, hearing their voices, feeling their touch, always nagging at me like a mosquito. But there wasn't just one. There was many. I didn't know what they wanted from me. I couldn't make them go away no matter how hard I tried. Some of them were different. I enjoyed them, felt at peace with them. One has a certain name in particular that I shall not name, for he dislikes me stating it. It keeps things much calmer. He's my best friend, you could say. I don't even want him as my best friend, but I don't have a choice. It's like a deadly disease you can't get rid of. No matter what treatment it is. No matter what the treatment is, you're still fatally affected. I've given up and accepted the fact he's never leaving. And to be honest, I'm very happy with that. He first came around when I was 9. A psychic told my mother he followed her boyfriend home from a bar, but I know that was not the truth. I know now that he came to me in particular. He was my form of protection in my eyes. Now the ones I hate never go away. It has gotten to the point where I can't sleep at night. I always sleep with my door shut tight. For some reason, that always made me feel safer when I was younger. For a week straight, I woke up at 1:43 a.m. No sounds, no lights, no disturbances. I just woke up on my own. I'd find myself staring at my door, now cracked again, with the face of a young girl staring back at me. You know that feeling when you talk in your sleep? Where you can feel yourself doing it, but in reality, you're just mumbling? Yet in your dreams, you're saying real words. This is how it felt. I was yelling, cursing at this young girl to leave me alone and let me sleep. Yet I wasn't saying anything at all. I'd wake up thinking, thank God it was just a dream, to find myself looking into the young girl's face. This would go back and forth from dream to reality for about 10 minutes. I still to this day don't know if it was real or a dream. And then I'd finally fall back asleep. I couldn't handle things like this. I never knew what they wanted. I didn't even know what they all were. There's too many to count or even to remember. It turns into just a blur sometimes. All I wanted was my best friend, my protection, my source of love. I wanted one person who understood me most, and that's it. I mean, he was around me all day and night for years. So he must have understood me the most, right? But it didn't work that way. The more I tried to communicate with him, the more others appeared in my car, outside my house, even in public places. I couldn't focus on my own reality anymore. There was just too many disturbances. That winter, I visited a psychic shop that I passed in town. I was on vacation with my family. When I was on vacation with my family, I just wanted to check it out. The books always interested me. A lady came up to me and asked me if I had ever had a psychic reading. I laughed at her. I thought it was all a joke. She placed her hand on my back and said, "Please, let me help you get through the things you're dealing with. It'll be a big help. Trust him." It gave me chills. She knew he was there, right beside me. Even if I couldn't see him, I could feel him. I agreed and sat in a chair across from her. She just stared into space, almost as if she was looking past me, into me. Yet there was nothing but a soft white painted brick wall. I finally got very irritated and said, "What do you want with me?" She looked at me in shock and started talking. She explained to me that she knows how much I love him. With life, you have to accept it at all, or nothing. You don't have. The more you block out what you don't want, the more of what you want gets blocked with it. Almost like an electric fence. You can either get shocked, yet still get to the other side, hopefully, with a leap of faith, or choose nothing at all on the other side of the fence. She said the upper half of my body was very uplifted into a different dimension. My lower half of the body was earth-grounded. This, she said, gave me the ability to choose my option, that I wanted all or nothing. Eventually, I hit the point where I couldn't handle those things anymore. I started to slowly block them out. That means he got blocked out too. I want him back, but I can't seem to grasp how to handle the things I hate. The nights where I call out for him, he just feels farther away. All I get is the faces of the unwanted. It makes me wonder if our so-called guardian angel, or even gods, are real. Maybe we're all just making up things, this reality in our mind, making up things in this reality in our mind so we can protect ourselves from the unwanted forces. The more positive we think, the more positive we see. Yet, no matter how hard I try to stay away, no matter how hard we try to stay away or believe in those godly things, the unwanted still comes out. The sins begin. What if he is just a face, covering the truth of the unwanted in my own life? Humans have trained humanity over time to believe in a covered-up reality with the idea of gods and higher protective power. The unwanted. The end.
Well, that was.
I feel so lonely.
Pretty good.
I like stories that make you think about what the hell the story was about. So it's not like very clear. It's like, hey, this is what's happening. This is exactly what this means. Like the way you might have interpreted that story could be completely different than how I interpreted it. I really like stories like that.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you guys as narrators and people in the chat, because I kind of want an opinion. When I read stories, I try to put emotion into my voice, you know, like to just I don't know, like as if I was that person. When I do that, when I try to read with emotion, do you guys think that's okay? Sometimes I worry that I'm too like overdoing it, you know?
Yeah, you're not overdoing it.
Hot. Sweet. Thanks. Well, okay, so I'll probably re-record that one at some point because I really like that one. But I was gonna finish setting up my green screen. Did anybody else want to read something before I finish this one?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead.
All right, let me pull this back up. Oh, sorry, I'm getting on Reddit. All right. Hey, Dark Somnium.
What?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna start now. Is that okay?
Yep, I'll go ahead and mute myself.
You don't have to mute yourself. Too late. Okay. It exploded out of the trees. Twigs and lumber flew past me as the creature let out a menacing roar. As it pounded its chest with one hand, it waved its double-bladed axe in the air with the other hand. It had muscles the size of basketballs, and on its humongous head were razor-sharp horns and bright red eyes. I immediately recognized this creature as the Minotaur. A shiver ran down my spine when I saw that it was wearing a belt along with a loincloth, but the belt was riddled with skulls. It charged at me and swung its axe. I dodged out of the way before the axe could decapitate me. I then sprinted towards the monster and slashed its stomach. It squealed, and then brought down its axe. I jumped out of the way, missing the blow. I saw that its axe struck the ground, and it was trying to retreat. I saw that its axe was stuck in the ground, and it was trying to retrieve it. So I took this opportunity to stab the beast in its stomach. It wailed in pain as I ripped the sword out of its belly. It held its stomach as blood oozed out of the wound. I backed away from the Minotaur, but that's when it got on all fours and let out a roar as it scratched the ground with its hooves. It then charged at me at full speed. I stood with my back against the tree behind me as I waited for it. And at the last minute, I jumped out of the way, and the beast rammed itself head first into the tree. Its horns embedded in the tree, and it was trying its damnedest to get itself out of the tree. I then took a running start and leaped into the air and raised my sword and drove it into the beast's back. It ripped its head out of the tree and flung me backwards. I landed on my back, and it hit my head on the root of another tree. I got up and saw that my sword was sticking out of the monster's back. I needed to charge at me again if I was going to get that sword back. But I knew that this beast wasn't a stupid one. He definitely was going to learn from that last mistake. this is when I did something foolish. I floored it. I floored it towards the Minotaur, and before it could react, I rolled under it and got behind him. I then jumped up and grabbed its sword. That was stupid because it could have easily killed me right when I was mindlessly running at it. It let out the loudest, most high-pitched yell I've ever heard from a living thing. I covered my ears in pain. I could hear my ears ringing loudly as I got down on my knees. I knew I couldn't afford to be hurt right now. My life was at stake. I did my best to tone out the ringing as it slowly faded. It was hard to stand up and fight again. I ran away from the monster before it could attack. But that's when I heard something whiz past me from above my head. With a loud crack, the Minotaur's axe was buried into the tree in front of me. I turned around, madder than ever due to the fact that that thing almost decapitated me twice. I ran up to it and slashed its chest. It then raised its fist and tried to smash me with it, but I jumped out of the way. It then tried to backhand me with it, but I blocked the blow with my sword. I then slashed it across the stomach again, and with a mighty thrust, I stabbed the beast in the heart, killing it. The Minotaur let out one last roar as it backed away from me with my sword in its chest and collapsed onto the ground with a loud thud. Its body began to slowly turn a dark gray color. I watched as the body turned completely gray and crumbled to dust. That was pretty intense. A voice said from behind me. I turned around and pointed my sword at the direction where I heard the voice. Show yourself now, I firmly said. All right, guys, you can unmute yourselves.
Awesome. Good job, man.
How did you like that scene?
Awesome.
I liked it, but honestly, to be 100% honest, your mic was like cutting out at some points, so it actually was a bit hard for me to understand some of it, and I didn't want to interrupt you, so I thought I would wait and tell you now.
Did you like hearing the stories?
Yeah. Overall, I did. And yeah, if you want to send me the link, I'll definitely check it out. But yeah. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to restart the stream because right now it's just a Hangouts call. So I'm going to restart the stream as a not a Hangouts, the opposite of that. An encoder stream, so that I can stream from my computer. And so I can have my web camera and my green screen and all that fun stuff going, just like the old days. And then we'll probably stream for a few more hours since yeah, happy birthday me, 3,000 subscriber birthday or whatever. But yeah. So if you guys want to come back, I'll probably be back in like 15 minutes. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. Yeah, what's up?
Can I join you in the actual stream, or will I have to?
Yeah, you'll be able to join me in the new one if you want to.
Okay.
Cool. I'll let you know when it's back up, or you should get a notification.
Okay.
All right.